The following is a presentation of Eagle Radio and Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome in here at Pessinger Family Field. Tyler Henry alongside you, Brian Dennett, handling all of our camera and production duties today. And some very windy baseball action here on a Tuesday afternoon. It's Sacred Heart playing host to the Minneapolis Lions as we are straight into the action. First pitch here in Salina is just about underway. Graham Armstrong will take to the hill here, and the first pitch is a swing and a miss for strike one to Max Helgett. Let's go ahead and meet the starting lineups for these two teams. Minneapolis comes in at 0-2 following the sweep at the hands of Ellsworth on Friday, as the next pitch is fouled back here to the backstop, and the count goes to 0-2. It's Max Helgett, the pitcher, to lead things off. He will be followed in the order by designated hitter Grant Rice, left fielder Braden Gorel, and center fielder Joshua White in the cleanup spot today. Batting fifth, it's your third baseman Charlie Klein, followed by right fielder Emery Lambden, first baseman Gavin Beringer, center fielder Alejandro Arnold, and second baseman Cohen Pickerel. Your flex today is Aiden Anderson, who will not bat in the lineup but will play shortstop for the Lions today. 1-2 offering from the lefty is put in play out of the gap in right center field. That's going to get down, and it will take a hop in front of Hitchens, who will let it roll. And a leadoff knock here for Max Helgett as Minneapolis is in business with nobody down, and Grant Rice coming to the plate. So as mentioned before, Graham Armstrong, the left-handed pitcher, is your starter today for the Sacred Heart Knights. Armstrong checks in as a sophomore. And this is a Knights team that went on a really nice run a season ago, especially in league play, as this ball is skied up to left. Wells will settle under it and make the catch for out number one. Going back to last year's action, it was Sacred Heart who overall, they were the NCAA champs, undefeated at 10-0. They went 20-3 on the year. One of their only three losses came in the state or in the postseason, following, again, a phenomenal campaign. This is a Minneapolis team that is looking to right their fortunes. They went just 2-19 a season ago and 2-8 in league play. Both of those wins coming against the winless Lions of Lions. Braden Gorel, the left fielder, standing in here, batting from the right side, facing off against the left-hander in Armstrong. Runner aboard at first is Helgett. And good stuff early on. Watching him in warm-ups, as this is a swinging strike two. Armstrong's got a really nice breaking ball, and he is able to bring that thing in at a pretty good pace as well. We'll see whether he can keep painting those corners, as so far he has had luck with the Minneapolis lineup. Facing the heart of it now. Checks the runner back to first, the 0-2 pitch. That's going to be chopped middle play or double play depth. They go the short way for one. They will eat the throw, so Gorel will reach on a fielder's choice. Joshua White will come to bat, and it's Max Helgett who is thrown out at second. Let's go ahead and take you around the horn really quickly for the Sacred Heart Knights in the field. It'll be Rao getting the start behind the dish. It's Ivy over at first, Coland at second, Niradong at short, and Hines, your starting third baseman, tending to the hot corner today. In the outfield, it's Brody Wells in left, Maddox Wells in center, and Hitchens gets the start out in right. Graham Armstrong not messing around with that strike zone. He is pounding that thing early here. And yeah, boy, he was set up and ready for the next pitch well before White, the center fielder, who stands back in. Another righty in this order for the Lions. Armstrong takes a look. He will bring home the 0-1. And a good pitch down and away, a called strike, and the count goes to 0-2. Sacred Heart, of course, opened their season with a victory over the Beloit Trojans. They were, on their way to a second win, potentially a good first inning that saw them ahead as this ball is fouled away. But lightning came in, Mother Nature prevailed, and that game wiped from the records. They'll try to make up the second game with Beloit later on, but fighting some elements again here today on Tuesday, as we've got just all sorts of nonsense going on here in Salina. Runner goes on 0-2. It's down low in the dirt, and a stolen base given here to Braden Gorel, who runs well his spot out in left field. Right now, no sense in panicking, though. Armstrong, a 1-2 count, one good pitch away from putting this inning to bed. That will not be it as he puts this in the dirt. And we also get our first look at Pessinger Family Field. This was not here a season ago. A new stadium built by the city of Salina, and boy, just a great spot for some high school baseball right off of Dean Evans and a little ways down the street from Matson, where these two teams played a year ago. And here it's ball 4, a walk issued to Josh White. 2 aboard, 2 away for Charlie Klein, the third baseman. First walk of the day issued here by Armstrong. See if he can settle down and get the left-handed bat in Charlie Klein. And here's where you got to feel like Armstrong's got the advantage, because now that breaking off-speed stuff is going to be sweeping away from Klein. Although Klein, very patient, will take the first pitch. Hacks at this one, falls behind, or rather evens the count of 1-1. The other thing about Minneapolis, they are an exceptionally young team. Only one senior on the roster, and that is Gavin Behringer. Handful of juniors, but this is a predominantly sophomore and freshman-led team. And here it's the sophomore getting ahead on 1-2. As Armstrong once again just one good pitch away from putting this inning to bed. He will deliver the pitch. It's fouled away. Staying alive here is Klein. Mentioned the 2 games in the sweep for this Minneapolis team. They dropped games 15-5 and 13-11 at the hands of Ellsworth. Showed good fight, though. They went down 13-3 in that Ellsworth game. This ball hits softly to second. Coland will scoop it up. Routine play to first. And the top half of inning number 1 is over. We will step away when we come back. It's the home half of the first here on the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
We spend 1/3 of our lives working to build our wealth. With over 50 years of combined experience, Billings Group wants to be there to help manage yours. If you're planning for retirement or looking for financial coaching, then come see us on Westchester Drive, east of the YMCA, or visit our website at billingsgroup.com. Securities offered by registered representatives through Private Client Services, member FINRA, SIPC. Advisory products and services offered by investment advisory representatives through RFG Advisory, a registered investment advisor. RFG Advisory, Billings Group, and Private Client Services are unaffiliated entities.
Congratulations, you're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed. Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Hey Salina, come see us at the Kelly Kitchener Agency near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio. We want to be your Salina, Kansas insurance agent.
Welcome back in here at Pessinger Family Stadium. Tyler Henry alongside you. A windy, and I mean windy, Tuesday afternoon. Gusts coming in at about 26 miles an hour, blowing to the south, and that, for those watching the field here, is going to blow it straight out to left. So a great day to be a right-handed hitter. A terrible day to be a lefty, as not only do you have to contend with the wind, but you've also got a taller fence out in right field. Talked a little bit about Pessinger Family Stadium before, but the dimensions, 335 down the left field line, just 300 down the right field line, and about 340 to the deepest part of the ballpark out in center field. First at bats here for the Sacred Heart Knights. Let's run through the lineup here for the Knights, presented by the good folks at Billings Group. And they will put on the field here a center fielder in Maddox Wells batting from the leadoff spot, a shortstop in Leo Niradong in the 2-hole, then catcher Leon Rao in the 3 spot, Kason Ivey in the cleanup role here, playing his spot at first base. Batting 5th, it's third baseman Noah Hines, then second baseman Luke Coland, right fielder Tristan Hitchens, left fielder Brady Wells, and pitcher Graham Armstrong bringing up the caboose of the Knights lineup here today. A 1 offering is on the way. That ball misses outside, and the count goes even at 1-1. And let's meet the starting pitcher. It's Max Helgett for this Minneapolis Lion squad. One of the most trusted arms for this Lion team. and also a sophomore in his own right. So a duel of sophomore pitchers here in the third game for each team, at least unofficially. Mentioned Sacred Heart got the win in game number 1 against Beloit, 12-2. They got up 4-2 in the first inning before the game was called due to lightning for the second game of that doubleheader. And a good pitch here from Helgett, in for a called strike to Maddox Wells. Knights come out today in their all-white jerseys, white pants, navy Knights across the front, white numerals trimmed in navy across the back. 2-2. Chopped at, but a chance for Wells and all his speed to beat the throw to first. It's close, but it's not in time as Wells takes a spill there. And it's one away here in the top of the first for Leo Niradong. Actually, gold numerals today for Sacred Heart across the back. For Minneapolis, they will go with the gray pants, red jerseys, gray numerals trimmed in white. One down here for Max Helgett, and a pitch that gets 5-hole there on Arnold the catcher. He will reel it back in. Likely not going to see that wind mess with pitching all that much, but can throw your balance a little bit when the gusts are this heavy. Helgett handling it well so far, one away in the inning. 1-0 pitch on the way, and a called strike up and away. Count goes even at a ball and a strike. Your umpires today, Mitchell Benton is behind the plate, and Kim Sufton is your field umpire for this game. The 1-1. Popped up. This is into foul territory. Diving! Oh, almost making the catch was Behringer. Boy, he had a full extension dive. Thought he was going to haul that in and just could not quite glove it. So the count goes to 1-2 on Niradong, as the Knights still looking for some early run support here in this game. Helgett still working out of the windup, looks in for the sign, delivers the 1-2. And jams Niradong, but this ball falling fast, and it's going to take an awkward hop on Anderson. And Niradong is in safely on a, you're going to have to rule it an infield single. There's really nothing else that it can be. But an odd way for the infield single, and with one aboard, it's Leon Rao, the catcher, who will stand in and bat from the right side. Minneapolis, of course, got into some early trouble against Ellsworth, and maybe not as deep pitching-wise. Boy, Niradong wasting no time. That ball gets by the catcher, and he will turn and take a look, but will hold up at third on the stolen base. So potentially the first run of the day. Now in scoring position with one down for Leon Rao, and the best part of this Sacred Heart lineup. Knights did not have any trouble scoring big a season ago, and boy, didn't have any trouble in this series either, as we've got a pickoff move, but nowhere near the bag. Sacred Heart got run rule shortened victories in both games against Minneapolis last season, 15-0 in the opener, 14-0 in game number 2. 1-0 pitch on the way, misses high, perhaps a touch inside. And the count goes to 2-0. Let's take you around the horn here for the Minneapolis Lions. It's Arnold behind the dish, Behringer over at first, Pickrell at second, Anderson at short, Klein tending to the hot corner today. Your outfield from left to right consists of Gorel, White, and Lambden. And another inside pitch to Leon Rao. I'd imagine he'll probably be taking all the way, but you never know here, as he stands in at the ready, maybe looking for a meatball on 3-0, and instead will take a 4-pitch walk and take his base aboard at first. It's the first walk of the day issued by Helgett, and we are going to have our first pinch runner of the day, as coming in over at first, I believe, is Doyle Marshall. So it's the junior Marshall, or the senior Marshall, in now. Kason Ivey at the plate, the first left-handed bat in the lineup. And a lot of speed on the base paths with a pair of outfielders on at second and first. We know Marshall runs well. Ivy will be looking to put something in a gap here. Like I said, tough day to be a lefty, but plenty of real estate in the outfield. Although that ball off the catcher's mask, Arnold will chase it down, and everyone moves up a station. So Niradong on the passed ball will move up to third. It'll be Marshall to second. And it's Case and Ivy at the plate as the last 6 pitches now have missed outside the strike zone. Pitch to Ivy, misses high. And the count goes to 3-0. Of course, the NCAA going to be interesting this season across the baseball landscape. Already a couple of good battles this year. Good stop here, but another 4-pitch walk. That is back-to-back 4-pitch walks. And the bases are loaded for Noah Hines. So 8 pitches, 2 walks, and it's Hines at the plate. Only 1 down. Minneapolis looking for a strikeout or a double play to try to salvage this inning. They haven't conceded any runs yet. First pitch here, fastball, close but low. And if you're Hines, it's kind of a catch-22. You kind of want to just pipe a fastball down the center just to get your confidence back and see one go through, but you know Hines is waiting to jump on that. And that might have been it. This ball to third. It eats up Klein, who lets it roll. They'll wave the runner around. 1 run comes in to score. Here comes Marshall. And 2 runs will come in on the E5. That is a tough way to go there, but a 2-0 lead here for Sacred Heart. Niradong scores. Marshall scores. Ivy up to second. And a good start for the Sacred Heart Knights as Luke Coland comes to the plate and another pitch gets away from Arnold. Boy, this is getting out of hand here early. Ivy up to third. Hines up to second. And perhaps more importantly, that's going to completely remove any threat of a double play, at least in the traditional sense. That wind still howling. And a fastball up for a strike. Count goes even at a ball and a strike here on Coland. One of many familiar faces returning to this fearsome Sacred Heart lineup from a year ago. Ivy looking for an excuse to come home. Ooh, thought he might have had it. But another feature of this ballpark that we've not talked about. There's no padding on the backstop here at Pessinger Family Stadium. It is all wood. So anything that gets by cleanly is going to bounce right back to the catcher, and it will roll on this turf surface. Saw Ivy kind of take half a step, but thought better of it. And now awaits the result of the 1-2 pitch, which is high and a bit outside to even the count at 2-2. Knights would love to find a way to break this thing open here in the first, already leading 2-0. Helgett just looking for a little support from his defense. Another one gets by. This time the runner takes off. Here comes Ivy trying to beat the throw. Actually, there is no throw. It's a dive for Arnold, who tried to do it himself. And it's Case and Ivy who beats him to the plate for the 3rd run of the day. Noah Hines moves up as well. So Case and Ivy, who walked, moved up on a walk, actually moved up on an error as this ball is popped back to the screen. Ivy walked, advanced on an error, advanced on a wild pitch, and then came in to score on a wild pitch, all without the ball being put in play more than once. And now it's Noah Hines and all his speed aboard at third as we've got a full count to Luke Coland. Helgett looking to get out of the jam. Payoff pitch, high and inside, another walk. And Luke Coland will take his base with 1 away and runners at the corners for Tristan Hitchens. I know there was the 1 error, but you got to be a little less sheepish about the strike zone, you would think. Given the way the inning has gone, an infield single, a walk, an error, and a walk. Runner takes a big secondary lead. I'd imagine if he does take off for second, Minneapolis would probably just let him have it. Double steal signs will be on, but Coland taking a reasonable lead over there as they have forced Helgett back to the stretch. There he goes. Coland takes off for second, and they will let him have it. Catcher's indifference, but call it a stolen base nonetheless for Coland, and it's 2 in scoring position again here for Hitchens. 2 balls, no strikes. Hitchens, another lefty bat in this lineup for the Knights. A stop on an inside pitch, but the count goes 2-3-0 here on Hitchens. Still just 3 runs across here for the Knights. It feels like more. It could very well be more depending on what happens here. There's the fastball down the middle. And Hitchens will take the bat off the shoulder after seeing one in. Already 30 pitches in this inning. And the 3-1 lifted to center, falling into the mitt of White. And that'll be deep enough for a sac fly as the return throw is enough to keep Luke Coland at second, but Noah Hines comes in to score, and it's 4-0 Knights here in the first. Good work by Tristan Hitchens. And it brings up Brady Wells with the top of the order looming. Graham Armstrong, the 9-hole hitter, the only other in the lineup to not bat just yet. And another pitch that misses high to Wells makes the count 1-0. Would imagine Coland probably not looking to get too aggressive at second. That said, anything that gets by the catcher is fair game for him to advance, and that's been the problem among the problems for Minneapolis here in this top of the first. 1-1 the count. Pitch to Wells. Swung on and tipped foul back into Arnold. And, well, I thought it was foul. I may have missed something. He must have missed that cleanly because Coland advanced and nobody stopped him. But nobody from Minneapolis argued either. So, call it a passed ball. And now Coland just 90 feet away from being yet another insurance run here in the first. Pitch misses outside. Count goes to 1-2. To be fair, I never heard anything make contact with the bat. Pitch was inside. Count goes now to 2-2 after Helgett was able to get ahead early. And, oh, the 2-2 misses badly. Runner takes off but hesitated. Now he's in a pickle as he will be run down. Turns the corner. They are going to try to snag him here as he will go ahead and head back for third. Textbook play here by Minneapolis so far. They are handling it as they've got Coland in between, running out of rotations. Coland, you can tell he wants to come in and score. This ball offline. Coland is not tagged as they lost the baseball, and Luke Coland is going to score on a pickle for the 5th run of the inning here for Sacred Heart. My goodness. Well, that's one way to come in to score. Boy, they had him dead to rights, too, but the tag a little too hard knocked the ball loose. And the 2-2, well, I thought it was the 2-2. Call it the 3-2, misses high. Boy, scoreboard falling a little behind here at Pessinger Family Field. As Brady Wells will reach on the walk, and Graham Armstrong will come to the plate. We've got a meeting on the mound, as out to have a word with his pitcher is Coach Tyler Conrad. And with that, we want to take this moment to remind you that this game is presented in part by Kansas Wesleyan University's MBA program. Visit more or learn more by visiting kwu.edu/MBA. Would also like to thank Sage Products of Salina, your supplier of janitorial products for your business or home. For paper towels to soap and items from ceiling to floor, you'll see products from Sage all over town, and you can get the same home field or home court advantage at your home or office by visiting sageselects.com. So Armstrong represents the 9th batter in the order today. And we are still in the first inning. Runner pretends to take off. This ball hit, has a chance to fall in the gap, and will. Now it takes an awkward hop, and it's over the mid of Gurrell, who played it poorly. Turning the corner and coming in to score is Brady Wells. He will be in standing up And it's an RBI double for Graham Armstrong, who gets himself a little extra run support here in the first inning as the Knights take a 6-0 lead. So the player that started all of this, and ironically, one of only 2 players to make an out, as I think we may have another courtesy runner coming in here at second base. Yep. Will be Maddox Wells. He grounded out on the second pitch of this game. It was a good start for Helgett. Even the Niradong hit was kind of a little bloop on the infield, as the first pitch is a fastball that misses low. Unfortunately, from there it kind of spiraled out of control. Again, a ground out, an infield single, a walk, an error, a walk, a sac fly, a walk, and now a double. And this ball struck well, but again, out to straightaway center. White looks up. He makes the catch, and the nightmare inning is over. But not before the Knights take a 6-0 lead here in the first. We go to inning number 2. Coverage of this game presented in part by Kansas Wesleyan University's MBA program. Learn more by visiting kwu.edu/MBA.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
From raw honey to wax melts to beekeeping tools, boxes, and frames, AJ Honey Farms has it all and more. Be sure to check out their salves. Salves is a powerful blend of nature's best ingredients. Beeswax, crafted with care to soothe and nourish your dry skin, minor cuts, and burns. And for dry lips, try out their Happy Bee Balm. Treat yourself to their locally produced honey items or get a beautifully packaged gift set for a loved one. Stop in to see AJ Honey Farms at 901 North 9th Street. More than just a honey store.
Good start for the Sacred Heart Knights here at Pessinger Family Stadium as they go all the way around the order in the first inning, and a 6th spot on the board. Now looking to defend that lead as they will send Graham Armstrong back out. Armstrong had one of only 2 hits in the inning. Of the 6 runs that were scored, only 2 were earned, which is kind of odd when you consider there was only 1 error in the inning. But it'll be Emery Lambden, Gavin Beringer, and Alejandro Arnold, your 3 due up here. And wait, good start for Armstrong, who picks up right where he left off with a strike to the right-handed hitting Emery Lambden. This one misses low. Lambden playing right field today, facing off against Armstrong for the first time. And Armstrong looked good again in that first inning. He gave up the leadoff single to Max Helgett, a fly out, a fielder's choice, a walk, and then worked a quick ground out. His defense did a good job of picking him up. That's a big thing for a pitcher. When you believe in your defense, you don't mind pounding the zone. And yeah, there you go. It's another ball taken into the field. It'll be scooped up by Coland, and he makes his second put out of the day for the first out of the inning. Emery Lambden is down, and Gavin Beringer is up. It's also interesting, too, you think about the guys that make up this team for Minneapolis, and a lot of athletes that do not play the other 2 biggest sports. Of course, we've covered plenty of Minneapolis football and basketball this year, as Beringer takes a swing at a pitch well upstairs. Helgett plays all 3, as does Grant Rice, but you get down into some of the guys, really the rest of the order, and only a few names that pop up on basketball or football rosters this year. Well rested and raring to go here with a 1-1 count. Obviously no swing that's going to net you 6 runs. If you're Minneapolis, you got to find a way to get this back little by little. And a fastball in the dirt from Armstrong will give a better count, a more favorable spot here to Gavin Beringer. It's about 60 degrees, that wind blowing out to left field as we mentioned before. And tough hack there for Beringer to even the count at 2-2. We've seen that a couple times. Armstrong good about pulling the string on guys late. See what he comes home with here. Still no strikeouts today. And he will remedy that here as Behringer goes down looking for the second out of the inning. Good work from Armstrong as he will now face the catcher in Alejandro Arnold, batting down in the 8-hole here today. First pitch on the way, in there for a fastball, or in there for a strike, a fastball up. And the count, no, looks like he just missed that a little bit high. 1-0 pitch will also miss, this one down and away. So now it falls to Armstrong to try to straighten it out on the bump. Pitch is in there for the first strike of the at-bat. You talk to a lot of different pitchers. Some will tell you they love a turf mound. Some will tell you they hate it. Obviously tougher to control the part of the rubber that you can actually plant your foot on, but the elements don't mess with you either. As Alejandro Arnold will take strike 2, and the count goes even at 2 apiece. Offering on the way. Misses down and in. Good take there by Arnold. Trying to get his 9-hole hitter to the plate here with 2 down. Back into the windup. Pitch on the way. And misses high. And Arnold, I don't think, realized that it was a walk. May not have known the count. But he will take his base. It's the second walk of the day issued by Armstrong. And he will face second baseman Cohen Pickrell now, who bats in the 9-hole. And if Minneapolis can get something rolling here, like I said, they've got the top of the order due up. Max Helgett, Grant Rice, Braden Gorel, and Josh White. Those are the guys you want at the plate in situations like these. Quick pickoff move back to first for the lefty. Nothing doing there. Relatively easy to avoid there for Arnold. Arnold, a catcher, not taking too big of a lead, actually taking a very short lead. As the lefty brings home the pitch, and it's popped back to the screen here. Do have just enough distance here to be safe on anything sharp hit back our way, just behind the backstop here at Passinger Family Stadium. Pickrell digs in. Pitch on the way and gets caught, tipping one off the mask of Rao there. Small strike zone for number 8. So far, though, good job of dotting it for Armstrong. He's looking for one more good pitch to get his bats back up with the top of the order for the Knights in the second. Pitch is on the way. Runner goes to second. Low pitch. Throw down to second, not nearly in time. And a stolen base for Alejandro Arnold will put the first runner in scoring position for Minneapolis today. So far, still just the one hit for Minneapolis, looking for their second here. And instead, it's a called strike 3, 2 looking strikeouts to close out the inning. And more good work for Armstrong as we go to the home half of the second. A 6-0 lead for the Knights here on the Salina Post Sports Network.
When does normal acute pain become abnormal chronic pain? Chronic pain can be one of 2 types, nociceptive and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Salina Pain Clinic. Our pain specialists will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at salinapainclinic.org.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
We go to the home half of inning number 2, a 6-0 lead here for the Knights, who batted around the order back in the first inning, and they only needed 2 hits to do it. An RBI double for Graham Armstrong, an infield single for Niradong to get themselves aboard, and then it was really just a lot of miscues, 3 walks, 4 walks, and an error. And if Minneapolis can kind of cut down on the self-inflicted wounds, you feel like they're going to give themselves a better chance to compete in a game like this. Another inning of work here for Max Helgett, the right-handed sophomore on the bump for the Lions today. And for the second time, he will face Leo Niradong. It'll be Niradong, Rowe, and Ivy. Your 3 due up to lead things off for the Knights. First pitch swinging off the foot. Coming in is Helgett. He fields it cleanly. Throw to first is in time. And Niradong is out on the quick 1-3 putout. Sacred Heart started the first inning with a ground out as well. That was where they exploded for all 6 of their runs. Not sure what's going on over at first, but both guys who've been put out on a ground out have ended up on their backsides. Tough balance on the turf surface, I suppose. And it's Helgett back in now to face Rowe. Rowe, the first guy to walk today. Here, rakes one down the line. That will take a skip and a hop. It'll be scooped up out in left field by Gurl. Turning the corner for second. There may be a throw here, but in sliding with a double is Leon Rowe. And a big hit there to put another runner in scoring position for the Knights with Case and Ivy coming to the plate. That is good work, and we're going to have the courtesy runner back out at second. That's Marshall again coming in to run for Rowe. Boy, he raked that thing right down the line. Lucky it didn't tuck into the corner. And here comes Ivy, who so far today has a walk and a run scored, just like Rowe behind him. He'll take this up the right side. That one is picked up cleanly, though, by Pickrell, whose throw to first is in time. And it's quickly 2 down here for Sacred Heart. Falls now to Noah Hines to try and keep this rolling for Sacred Heart. Trying to avoid getting shut out here in the second after picking up 6 in the first. Got to give some credit as well to Helgett on the hill, as he has been content to trust his defense and bring more pitches inside the zone. I think might have just been trying to do a little too much against this very patient lineup for Sacred Heart back in that first inning. Here he's one good pitch away from getting himself out of the second. The 1-0. High fastball taken down the line. This ball is picked. Klein turns, throws to first, and it's going to get by. That ball rolls to the screen, and Hines never even thought about it for a second. Rule that an infield single for Noah Hines, the second of the day, and an RBI for Hines as Marshall, the pinch runner, comes in to score, and it's 7-0 Knights. Luke Coland at the plate here. Also a walk and a run scored. As the runner goes right away, Arnold will let him go. Not wanting to test the speed of Hines. That's another stolen base for Sacred Heart here today. They have been rampant on the base paths and trying to do some more damage with 2 away in the inning. Helgett will deliver the pitch from the stretch. Breaking ball away. Just misses, and the count goes even at 1-1. Good patience there by Coland. We'll look to settle back in here from the right side. Don't think Hines would take off for third, but you never know. He's got good speed. And with all the off-speed we've seen out of Helgett, we'll just check and see. His fastball taken up the right side. That's going to get down. Lambden comes in. They're going to go ahead and wave the runner around. The throw comes in. It'll be cut off. And again, in without a throw is Noah Hines. As the RBI parade continues, Coland has got 1. The Knights have got 8. And they keep laying it on with 2 down here in the inning. Another RBI knock. This time for Coland. Again, Hines comes in to score. It's Tristan Hitchens at the plate. His first time up. He put one out to center field. Ended up being a sac fly and did succeed in bringing in his teammate Noah Hines last time. Knights trying to stretch the advantage out to 10. Good speed aboard with Coland, who was able to score off that pickle. And a ball that is hit out to left, falling fast. That's going to get down in front of Gorel. And it's another base hit here with 2 away. The Knights have done all of this damage with 2 outs. It was Niradong who grounded out. Rowe doubled. Ivy grounded out. But then an infield single and an RBI for Hines, a single and an RBI for Coland, and a single for Hitchens brings Brady Wells to the dish. Wells walked his first time up. First pitch to him is a fastball upstairs for ball 1. So at this point, 8 of the 9 members of the Sacred Heart lineup have reached base safely at least once. And that, well, this ball, just over the mid of Anderson. They're going to wave the runner around, and it'll be another RBI knock, this time for Brady Wells as Luke Coland scores from second. And it is 10-0 Knights. Wells just put that over Anderson's glove. Boy, he got up for it, but just couldn't quite get to it. On the play, Hitchens moves up to second. And Coland comes in to score. So the pitcher, Graham Armstrong, taking a second at bat, an RBI double his first time up. Would love to get his team and himself a little more run support. This, though, probably not going to do it, although it will fall in center field. Anderson took a bad angle to it. All you can do is rule it another single, and it's another run for the Knights, who are up 11-0 here in the second. Hitchens comes in to score. It's just been a parade of never-ending RBI singles. Nothing has been struck particularly well during this sequence. Ever since the road double and the ground out, an RBI single for Hines, an RBI single for Coland, an RBI single for Hitchens, an RBI single for Wells, and now an RBI single for Armstrong. As the Knights have brought 4 across in the inning, and they've got 2 more aboard here, and still 2 outs as Maddox Wells is back up to bat once again. Wells hits this one again out to left. Gorel will settle under it, and finally the inning is over, but not before the Knights add 4 more to their total. They lead at 11-0 here in inning number 2 here on the Salina Post Sports Network.
Sage is your go-to source for industrial strength cleaning products, ice melt, floor equipment, paper, asphalt, and just about everything in between. Whether you're a maintenance supervisor, a small business, or just wanting your home to look amazing, stop by 732 North 9th Street in Salina, where we will be happy to assist you. You can also visit us at sageselects.com or call us at 309-1919. Sage Products, the right call every time.
When there is wastewater backing up into your home, time is crucial. Hours are precious to minimize the mess and damage. That is where Salina Septic Service looks out for you with direct access to their dispatch board, so you can schedule the first available appointment. Upload pictures and description of your problem on the Salina Septic Service website and secure your appointment 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Money-saving specials now and information on worry-free service plans when you visit salinasepticservice.com.
Been a comfortable day at the ballpark for the Sacred Heart Knights, who lead 10-0 as we go to inning number 3. And a quick reminder that this game is presented in part by Kansas Wesleyan University's MBA program. Learn more by visiting kwu.edu/MBA. Coverage also brought to you in part by Salina Regional Health Center. They are hiring. See all their new open positions and start your career today by visiting srhc.com. Tyler Henry alongside you. Brian Denton handling all of our camera and production duties today. And back out for another inning of work is Graham Armstrong, who's looked comfortable so far. He's faced 9, he's set down 6, and he has allowed nothing on the scoreboard. But we'll have to face the top of the order once again with Max Helgett, Grant Rice, and Braden Gorel, your 3-2 up here for the Lions. Southpaw from the windup, soft contact, dribbling in, picking it up is Hines, but a speedster is Helgett, and it's an infield single as he legs it out. That is 2 singles to start the game for Max Helgett. He had 1 to lead off the first, he had 1 to lead off the third. And hoping this time the Lions are that they can find a way to move him around and get him in as Grant Rice comes back to the plate. Rice flew out to left field his first time up, trying to jump on the first pitch from Hines, and, well, it looks like he's going to do basically the same here, although that's floating out with the wind pushing it into that Bermuda Triangle, and it gets down for a single. Looked like it was going to be a fairly routine play, but like I said, 25-mile-an-hour wind gusts, that'll do it. And it's back-to-back singles. Don't look now for the Minneapolis Lions. Putting together a little rally here in inning number 3. Coland, you can tell he's made that play so many times in his career, knew where it should have been, but that wind added a layer, and now it falls to Braden Gorel to try to keep this line moving for Minneapolis as the first pitch misses outside for Graham Armstrong. Two takes, 2 balls. Not fooling him here. And back to work here once again for Armstrong. This one low and inside, and 3 balls and no strikes. Josh White, the cleanup hitter, is in the on-deck circle. That's who you really don't want to face. Don't forget, Minneapolis did this to Ellsworth too. They got down by 10 runs very early in that game. As a strike is taken, they battled back. They only lost by 2 after going down 13-3 in 3 innings. Just trying to get themselves on the board, get a crooked number up there, are the Lions. Lefty kicks and fires. This ball popped up. Wind will die down a little bit, and this time Coland is able to settle under it and make the catch for out number 2. 1. I can't count. So Joshua White, the cleanup man, will come to the plate. He walked his first time up. Was stranded aboard at first, facing Armstrong for the second time today. From the stretch, Armstrong kicks, fires. This ball taken to Hines. He'll take it to the bag for 1. The throw back across, not going to be in time. And a fielder's choice will put White aboard, but with 2 down, it falls to Charlie Klein to try to make something of this for the Lions. That's a good heads-up play by Hines. I think it'd be really easy and tempting to try to throw back to second and force a double play from third, but Hines plays within himself, takes the sure out, and then tries to get him out at first to end the inning. Klein to ground out his first time up, will swing at the first pitch he sees and fouls it away. And the count goes to 0-1. Here on Klein, another sophomore in this lineup. Like I said, an exceptionally young team are the Minneapolis Lions this year. 0-1 offering. Big swing and a miss. Klein falls behind 0-2, and now Armstrong's got him right where he wants him. 2 aboard, 2 away. Big spot here for Charlie Klein. The 0-2 pitch. And he'll foul it away. Actually, no, that ball popped up. It will stay in play. Charging in, or out rather, is Niradon. Can't make the play. They will wave 1 run in. There's a throw coming to the plate. It's on a line. Did they get him? No, they did not. And in to score is Joshua White. Wow. We talked about the wind. Niradon chased that out, and it just kept carrying and carrying. And ultimately, it'll go down as a 2 RBI double for Charlie Klein, and the Lions are on the board 10-2 here in inning number 3. I gotta say, I know it didn't result in an out, but Wells just about hosed Josh White at the plate. This ball popped up again, drifting out to the outfield, and this time Maddox Wells will make the catch, and that'll put a stop to the rally, but not before the Lions get 2 runs back. They trail at 10-2 as we go to the home half of the 3rd here on the Salina Post Sports Network.
Your next visit to the doctor for an upcoming procedure or surgery should start with a conversation about Salina Surgical Hospital. Hi, this is Geraldine Diedrich, and we are truly committed to fostering your health and well-being. From outpatient procedures to inpatient stays, you will feel the difference in our excellent care and compassion. Talk to your doctor about scheduling your next procedure at Salina Surgical Hospital. Your surgical experience is our specialty. Salina Surgical Hospital is partially owned by a group of local, community-involved physicians.
I'm Ryan Arms, your mortgage loan originator at Equity Bank here in Salina, Kansas. I'm a lifelong Salina resident here to tell you our bank can offer you mortgage and refinance options with terms designed for you. Why leave our community when you can choose the bank that never forgets it's your money? With 2 locations in town on Ohio Street and Santa Fe Avenue, there's no better time to apply online, in person, or over the phone. Learn more at equitybank.com, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Close your eyes. Now, imagine yourself cheering from the bleachers at Salina South. Feel the pride of donning the colors of Salina Central. Picture the spirit of being part of the Sacred Heart community, or the camaraderie at southeast of Saline. Envision the thrill of supporting El Saline or Bennington. Visualize the unity in rallying for Minneapolis High. Now, open your eyes and see yourself in team apparel from Messenger Total Promotions. Visit them in person in downtown Salina.
Are you ready to make a meaningful impact? Join our professional healthcare team at Salina Regional Health Center. We're seeking dedicated individuals who are eager to provide exceptional care to our community. Our growing organization offers competitive pay, comprehensive benefits, and opportunities for growth. We are committed to supporting you in your career. If you're ready to join a team that values compassion, teamwork, and outstanding patient care, apply now at srhc.com or reach out to me, Tess Madro, in Human Resources. Great careers start here. Salina Regional Health Center, we take care of you so you can care for others.
I've always believed in love stories that last forever. At Vernon Jewelers, we've been crafting these stories for 141 years. Each piece is a chapter in a journey, a testament to timeless romance. Whether it's an engagement ring or a cherished anniversary gift, we create memories that sparkle. Look for that iconic sign and discover our collection and personalized customer service in our 141st year. We're not old, just really good at what we do. Vernon Jewelers in downtown Salina, because love deserves that perfect setting.
As we go to the home half of inning number 3, it's a pitching change made here for Minneapolis High School. Emery Lambden is into the game, a sophomore and a left-hander. He will take over for the starter in Max Helgett. So, fresh pitch count to work with. Unfortunately, it's going to be the 2, 3, and 4-hole hitters due up here for Sacred Heart in a 10-2 ball game. Leo Niradong, Leon Rowe, and Kason Ivy to lead it off for the Knights, who have had no trouble scoring runs, but we'll see how they fare against the new hurler in Lambden. Lambden works exclusively from the stretch, no windup. His first pitch will miss outside here to Niradong, who today is 1 for 2, an infield single, a stolen base, a run scored, and a ground out. That came back in the second inning. Everybody in this lineup has reached base at least once. 7 of the members have reached base twice, as this one misses upstairs. It's unfortunate, too, that Helgett could not continue. But you got to think, this early in the season, you got a lot of guys out there that are on pitch counts that just cannot go as far as what others might. That pitch comes in, according to the radar, at about 59 miles an hour. And the count goes to 2-1. You can tell Niradong's just looking to pick one out inside the zone. 2-1 on its way. Niradong takes it down the right field line, but just foul. So the count goes to 2-2, a chance to put him down, and definitely a shift in velocity from Helgett to Lambden here. It's thrown off the timing a little bit of Niradong early on. Lefty comes set. He will deliver the pitch, and Niradong gets under it, pops it up. Drifting out is Pickrell. It falls, and it's a single for Niradong, his second hit of the day. Sacred Heart will bring Leon Rowe to the plate. So far today, Rowe 1 for 1, a double, a walk, 2 runs scored. Those runs both came in courtesy of Marshall, who was the courtesy runner. And this will be his first at-bat facing off against Lambden. Niradong, I will imagine, will try to swipe another bag. Already 1 stolen base in this game. Got a relatively short lead. It's also tougher against a left-handed pitcher. That's part of the reason he's staying a little bit tighter to the bag. There he goes, and yeah, Niradong in well without a throw. His second stolen base of the day. Knights looking to cash in here, as they are well ahead, up by 8 in the third inning. Lambden's 2-0 pitch is high and outside. And with a 3-0 count, nowhere else to go here. Rowe probably taking all the way. See if the bat stays on the shoulder for one of the more experienced hitters in this Knights lineup. And it will. That pitch in the zone for a strike, and the count goes to 3-1. The green light flicked on for Leon Rowe. Rowe certainly has the hardest hit ball in this game. It was a lace double down the line as he pulled it hard. 3-1. Outside for ball 4, and it's another, or rather the first walk of this outing for Lambden. It puts runners at first and second for Case and Ivy. Ivy today, a walk and a run scored, a ground out, and Doyle Marshall back in once again to run for Leon Rowe. Boy, Marshall's been a busy boy. He's coming to pinch run 3 times in 3 innings. And it's Ivy at the plate here, looking to cash in and get his team a little more run support. First left-handed batter that the left-handed pitcher has faced, and this ball gets away from Arnold. Everybody moves up a station on the passed ball. That's been one of the biggest problems for Minneapolis today, kind of taking themselves out of contention for any double play balls potentially. And an easier situation for Case and Ivy, who bats from the left side. The 1-0. Ivy lifts this out to center. Tracking back is White, and it is going to take a bounce. Is it over the fence? No, it's off the fence. 2-run score. Ivy turns. He'll dig for third, and they will hold him up as he is in with a triple and brings 2 more runs across. The Knights get both runs back here in the third. They lead it 12-2. With how bouncy the turf is, I wondered if that might have had a chance to get up and over for a ground rule double. It's tough here at Pessinger Family Stadium. 2 RBI for Case and Ivy. Here comes Noah Hines. First pitch to Hines. He will pop this up, but it's going to fall in that gap. And boy, that's where everything has been dropping today for the Knights. It's another RBI single for Hines. And it is now 13-2 with Luke Coland at the plate. Coland has had a good day today. He's also had some base path adventures as he came in to score on a pickle back in the first. RBI single, a walk, a stolen base, and 2 runs scored today for Coland, who takes the first pitch outside for ball 1. Knights would love to score a few more runs here in the inning. Still nobody out so far. And this ball popped up, but again, that wind is going to take it, and it will continue to carry over Anderson's mitt. And these are not bad routes necessarily for Anderson. These are just 25-mile-an-hour wind gusts here in Kansas, and it's been a problem. There's a lot of balls that, let's be honest, on a normal Tuesday would probably be easy outs for the infield, have been anything but. Coland aboard with his second hit of the game. Hines moves up to second. Tristan Hitchens, who is 1 for 2 with a sac fly, a single and a run scored, is up, and now, Pickrell lost his hat. It's been that kind of day. My hat's only on because I've got a headset pinning it down. That's about the only reason that has managed to stay where it's at. So it's Hitchens at the plate, 2 aboard here for Sacred Heart. And the first pitch to him, he will take up the right side. That gets through the hole. We'll see if they want to get aggressive, and they will hold the runner up at third. Might have been able to score Noah Hines there, but instead, another single. The base is loaded, and Brady Wells at the plate here for the Knights. Early in this game, it was a lot of walks and errors, but since the second inning, it's just been a hit parade here for Sacred Heart. 11 hits in the last 2 innings for the Knights. 2 hits in the first inning. Lambden in a real pickle now. And, first pitch hacking is Brady Wells, who, boy, I think was really wanting to get a first pitch fastball to drive and did not. And actually, Doyle Marshall will bat here in place of Brady Wells. First at bat of the day for Marshall, who has already scored 2 runs as a courtesy runner for Rowe. And here we'll take one into the gap in left center. That gets down. High hop, and it gets by the left fielder, Gorel, who misplayed it. 2 runs are going to come in to score. They'll hold up the third, and it's a 2 RBI double for Doyle Marshall. And the runs just keep coming here for the Knights in the third. So Marshall aboard at second. And we've got another pinch hitter here as Ethan Schrant, the sophomore, will bat for Graham Armstrong. First plate appearance for Schrant. Hines and Coland came in to score on the double. Hitchens moves up to third. And first pitch swinging here is Ethan Schrant. So for the Knights, 6 in the first, 4 in the second, 5 so far here in the third. Armstrong had a good day too before being subbed out. In addition to being the pitcher of record if this goes down as a win, he is also 2 for 2 with a single, a double, and 2 RBI. Schrant stands in. The 0-2 pitch. He will take this ball out to deep left. Gorel back. That'll take a bounce. It's up off the fence, and the Knights will send the second runner around. Doyle Marshall comes to the plate, and this game is over. It's a 15-run outburst as the Knights take game number 1 by a final score of 17-2, and they wrap it up on a bomb of an Ethan Schrant double. That'll do it. 17-2 here in the opener. We'll have coverage of game number 2 coming your way here in about 30 minutes on the Salina Post Sports Network. Welcome back in here for game number 2 of our doubleheader coverage, our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine game of the week. Wasting no time, a ball knocked down by Niradong. My goodness, a good swing on the first pitch for Max Helgett, who picks up right where he left off. Helgett has had a really strong day today. He has 3 of the 5 hits now in this doubleheader, all 3 of them singles. And didn't even have a chance to introduce the starting lineup here for the Minneapolis Lions. Let's go ahead and run through that now. As, again, leading off was Max Helgett, the shortstop for the Lions. He'll be followed in the lineup by Grant Rice, who also swings at the first pitch that he sees, but instead will quickly pop out to Armstrong, and it's 2 pitches, 2 outs, recorded by today's starting pitcher. We'll get to that in just a moment. His batting now is center fielder Braden Gorel. He will be followed by center fielder Josh White in the cleanup spot today. Batting 5th, it's third baseman Charlie Klein, then right fielder Emery Lambden, first baseman Gavin Beringer, catcher Alejandro Arnold, and pitcher Aiden Anderson. The lone bat that is not in the lineup is Cohen Pickrell, today's second baseman. He will be in the field as today's flex. Meanwhile, for Sacred Heart, it is Kason Ivey on the bump. And his pitch, after a strike 1, he'll miss one just inside. And the count goes even at a ball and a strike. Ivey's put together a good career so far, the left-handed pitcher. And the southpaw on the mound delivers the 1-1. Good-looking fastball, just misses. Let's quickly take you around the horn here, presented by Billings Group. It's Rowe behind the dish, Armstrong at first, Coland at second, Niradong at short, and Noah Hines at third base. Brady Wells in left, Maddox Wells in center, and Marshall in right. Hit and run is on it, works to perfection as Coland caught off the bag but recovers exceptionally well. That's an athletic play by Coland, who probably shouldn't have been able to get to that ball, but a slow enough roller that he is able to pick it up and get the put out. Max Helgett moves up to second, and Josh White will grab a bat for the first time here in this one. Ivey's first pitch is a fastball up as he has stepped in here. And this is the interesting thing with high school baseball. Most teams got to figure out how they want to play the rotations. Ivey's got a fastball that'll sit right around 70 miles an hour. And he is fallen behind here 2-0, brings this one back in. And it's a called strike. Let's take a look at our field conditions presented by the good folks at Landscape Consultants. All turf surface, brand new stadium here at Pessinger Family Stadium in Salina on East Crawford. And conditions are, to put it bluntly, very windy. 25-mile-an-hour wind gusts blowing out to left field. That's where White was trying to put it, but instead he is down on strikes, and the top of the first is in the books. We go to the home half of inning number 1. It'll be Sacred Heart up to bat when we come back. It's the game of the week on the Salina Post Sports Network.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
We spend 1/3 of our lives working to build our wealth. With over 50 years of combined experience, Billings Group wants to be there to help manage yours. If you're planning for retirement or looking for financial coaching, then come see us on Westchester Drive, east of the YMCA, or visit our website at billingsgroup.com. Securities offered by registered representatives through Private Client Services, member FINRA, SIPC. Advisory products and services offered by investment advisory representatives through RFG Advisory, a registered investment advisor. RFG Advisory, Billings Group, and Private Client Services are unaffiliated entities.
Congratulations, you're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed. Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Hey Salina, come see us at the Kelly Kitchener Agency near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio. We want to be your Salina, Kansas insurance agent.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank.
Back here on our Salina Post Game of the Week, and the first pitch delivered in here by Aiden Anderson will miss upstairs to Maddox Wells. Let's go ahead and run you through the lineup for Sacred Heart, presented by the good folks at Billings Group. And we begin, of course, with Wells, the center fielder. He will be followed by shortstop Leo Niradong, as the next offering here is on its way. Big swing and a miss for Wells. Leon Rowe in the 3-hole today. Case Ivy, the pitcher, in the cleanup spot. Then third baseman Noah Hines, second baseman Luke Coland, right fielder Doyle Marshall, left fielder Brady Wells, and first baseman Graham Armstrong, bringing up the caboose of the Knights lineup here today. Aiden Anderson, the right-handed pitcher, is your starter here for the Minneapolis Lions in game number 2. And for as good as Minneapolis was, obviously 17 runs on 15 hits, that's a good day at the office. But it was a bit of a slow start for Maddox Wells, who led things off. He was the only guy who did not reach in the first game. He went 0 for 3, and here is looking to set the table for his team. The 2-1 pitch. Good looking breaking ball, just catches the outside half of the plate. Sean Anderson, his fastball sitting in the low 60s, good off speed as well, able to mix things up, one of the top pitchers on this Minneapolis team. And the righty working from the windup brings home the 2-2. That'll miss at the letters. And the count goes to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Knights again coming out here in their all-home white jerseys. Blue Knights across the front, gold numerals trimmed in navy across the back. The payoff pitch is popped up. Chance to chase. Arnold looking to get under it. Can't quite corral it. And the at-bat continues. Meanwhile, Minneapolis is in their red jerseys, gray pants, gray numerals trimmed in blue across the back. Remains 3-2 on Maddox Wells, one of the most capable bats, not only in this lineup, but in the league itself. And again, looking to get himself right after an 0 for 3 start in the 17-2 win. Swings at another pitch. That's a bit upstairs. The count stays full here. Good battle between himself and Anderson. Both of these teams will have games coming up this Friday. Try to keep some of the arms fresh for that. And then, of course, I believe spring break next week. Just not a lot of matchups on the table for anybody. The payoff pitch. Big swing and a miss. Maddox Wells down again. And it's quickly 1 down with a strikeout for Anderson to bring up Leo Niradong. Really no bad spot in the order for Sacred Heart the rest of the way, as in the first game, Niradong was able to come around to score 2 runs. He was also 2 for 3 with a pair of singles. Swings here, though, to pitch upstairs and misses to fall behind in the count. Couple new faces in this lineup down near the bottom, including Doyle Marshall, who had a decisive double back in the opener. Count evens at a ball and a strike. Sun starting to set. Field and weather conditions presented by Landscape Consultants. Mentioned the all-turf surface earlier. It's about 64 degrees, and that wind blowing stiffly out to left field. Gusts of up to 25 miles an hour, as Niradong will tip this back to the screen, and like his counterpart, falls behind 1-2. So a good job here early by Anderson, getting ahead in the count. And we'll look to continue that. Does not want to fall behind, as Helget did back in the first game. The 1-2 pitch misses high, and the count goes even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Your home plate umpire for this game is Kim Sufton, and your field umpire is Mitchell Benton. 2-2. Anderson still working from the windup. Already 1 strikeout in his cap. Will not get another as this ball bounces off the screen. Good take there for Niradong. Walks were how Sacred Heart got a lot of their early runs back in game number 1. Matter of fact, they only had 2 hits to rattle off 6 runs in the home half of the first just about 45 minutes ago. For the second time in as many batters, the payoff pitch. And this time it is Niradong who lifts it out to center, and the catch is made as White comes in and hauls it in, and it's 2 away for Sacred Heart with Leon Rowe coming to the plate. Speaking of the players in the field, let's go ahead and take you around the horn for Minneapolis. Similar setup to game number 1. It's Arnold behind the dish, Beringer at first, Pickrell at second, Helget at short, and Klein tending to the hot corner at third. Your outfield from left to right consists of Gorel, White, and Lambden. As the first pitch here to Leon Rowe is outside for ball 1. Rowe, a fearsome hitter in his own right. Back in the first game of this one, walked, doubled, and walked. And his spot in the order scored all 3 times, courtesy of Doyle Marshall, who's actually in the lineup here. So we'll see who might be the pinch runner if Rowe can get aboard once again here. The 1-1. Rowe will sky this up. It should stay on the infield. That wind wreaking havoc, but the catch is made by Beringer. That wind's going to be a factor all day long, and it's a 1-2-3 inning here for Minneapolis. We go to the second, still scoreless, on our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
From raw honey to wax melts to beekeeping tools, boxes, and frames, AJ Honey Farms has it all and more. Be sure to check out their salves. Salves is a powerful blend of nature's best ingredients. Beeswax, crafted with care to soothe and nourish your dry skin, minor cuts, and burns. And for dry lips, try out their Happy Bee Balm. Treat yourself to their locally produced honey items or get a beautifully packaged gift set for a loved one. Stop in to see AJ Honey Farms at 901 North 9th Street. More than just a honey store.
Another inning of work coming here for Case and Ivy. Before we go any further, I want to remind you this game is presented in part by Kansas Wesleyan University's MBA program. Learn more by visiting kwu.edu/MBA. No score here through the first inning for Minneapolis. It'll be Charlie Klein, Emery Lambden, and Gavin Beringer. Your 3 due up to try to get things rolling for the Lions. Most of their base runners came early on in the lineup as Helget reached twice, Rice reached once, Gorel reached once, and White reached twice. Klein had the 2 RBI double. Beyond that, only one member of the bottom of the lineup was able to get aboard here as this ball is tipped foul. No, it's in foul territory, and the catch is made by Hines. Boy, it looked like that was headed for the screen, but a quick infield pop-up recorded in foul territory, and the count will go. Or the out count will go to 1 as Emery Lambden grabs a bat and comes to the plate for the first time in this one. Right back to work goes Kason Ivy. This ball popped up back towards the backstop. Of course, just off in the distance, speaking of Kansas Wesleyan, it's the Coyote baseball team doing battle, I believe, with Sterling in a midweek conference matchup. Lambden falls behind in the count, 0-2 as boy, Ivy just brought the fastball home, got out ahead of him. Now he's got him eating out of the palm of his hand. Let's see what he wants to go with here. The 0-2 pitch is, awfully close. Breaking ball just missed. It's one of the dangerous put-out pitches for a left-handed hurler. The 1-2. Fastball in, and that's going to get through the hole as Niradong can't run it down. It's a base hit here for Lambden. And it's another runner aboard here with 1 away for Gavin Beringer. So 2 hits for Minneapolis. They had 4 hits in the first game. They've got 2 hits already here. Trying to shift their offensive fortunes. First pitch here, up and in. Missed there by Ivy. Count stays right where it's at 1-0. Back in the first game, Beringer only got 1 at bat. And it ended up being a looking strikeout as the umpire says he went around there and evens the count at 1-1. A lot of guys only got one plate appearance. Again, a 3-run shortened 17-2 affair. And Sacred Heart, boy, they really came out and just jumped all over Minneapolis early and often. They scored 6 runs in the first, 4 runs in the second, and 7 runs in the third to put that game to bed. 2-1 the count here. Ivy settles back in, delivers the pitch, jams. Behringer, it's a slow roller. Coland picks it up, bare hand throw to first in time. And again, it's 2 away as Lambden moves up to second, and Behringer is out. I say again because that's the second time that's happened. Matter of fact, the same exact situation, a single and then a ground out to second. Lambden had to run that one out at second there, and Alejandro Arnold will grab a bat for the first time today. First pitch to Arnold. Breaking ball in for a called strike, and the count begins at 0-1. In Arnold's at bat, back in game number 1, he reached on a walk and actually came in to steal second, but was stranded there in inning number 2. Here looking to move the runner over or ideally find a way to get him in himself. But he's fallen behind in the count, 0-2. Ivy delivers the pitch, and it plunks him. First batter to be hit in this game for either team. And Alejandro Arnold will take his base. Aiden Anderson will grab a bat. And it's a chance for the starting pitcher to get himself a little bit of run support and potentially give his team the lead with the top of the order looming. The guy you'd love to get an at-bat is in the on-deck circle, and Max Helget, who's 3 for 3 with 3 singles today. First pitch here, good pitch by Ivy. Just brushes the inside part of the corner, and the count goes to 0-1. Ivy working at a quick pace here. Anderson content with it. He knows the games of a pitcher as a pitcher. But yeah, Ivy not wasting any time and delivers another pitch that will miss at the knees. The count goes to 2-1. Ivy's 2-1 in the dirt. And all of a sudden, he's given an ideal hitter's count to Aiden Anderson, who was the flex outside the lineup in the first game. 3-1 to him, a called strike again brings that inside, and the count is full. Huge spot for Minneapolis to try to extend the inning and maybe get some runs. The payoff pitch in the dirt, ball 4, and another walk will load the bases for Max Helget, who is, I'm sure, just happy to be batting with some runners on base. He's had 3 singles in this series, but they've all come, or actually 2 singles in this series, but they all came with nobody aboard. First pitch to Helget. He will chop it foul and fall behind at 0-1. Helget and Rice have both been jumping on pitches early. For Rice, that's led to a single and a flyout today. And a pitch that misses outside the zone. You can tell what Ivy's trying to do, right? He's trying to get that pitch that starts outside the zone and then breaks in on the outer part of the plate. And to a right-handed hitter, usually that looks like a ball all the way, but sometimes you get caught watching when you should really offer it one. Good patience by Helget, probably the best batter in the lineup for Minneapolis, and another outside pitch. Count goes to 3-1. Let's see what Helget can do with it. This is an excellent chance for Minneapolis to find some runs, and they will find it on a walk. So Ivy walks in a run, and now Grant Rice is at the plate as Emery Lambden comes in to score the first run of the day, and it's Minneapolis who holds a 1-0 lead. Grant Rice has put the ball in play on 3 straight pitches. That's all he's seen today. This is the first take he's had all day. Maybe one he should have offered at. Here's the 0-1. That one misses high. Boy, like I said, Ivy working at a blistering pace here. Gets the ball back, and he is ready to go. 1-1 struck to right. Marshall has to come in, but he makes the catch, and it's just the 1 run of damage done by Minneapolis, who take a 1-0 lead. We'll step away, back with the home half of inning number 2 when we return here on the Salina Post Sports Network.
When does normal acute pain become abnormal chronic pain? Chronic pain can be one of two types, nociceptive and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Salina Pain Clinic. Our pain specialist will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at salinapainclinic.org.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
Welcome back in here on the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. It's an early 1-0 lead for Minneapolis. Their first lead in this doubleheader. They dropped the opener 17-2. And boy, after giving up a lot of runs through the first 3 innings of this series, got to be glad for a quick 1-2-3 inning as Maddox Wells struck out, Niradong flew out, and Leon Rowe popped out. So it'll be the heart of the order to lead things off as we work our way into inning number 2 in the home half, and it'll be Kason Ivey, Noah Hines, and Luke Coland to look to get things started. So far, no one has solved for Aiden Anderson, another righty-handed pitcher who's had a good day so far. Knights down by 1, looking to get that run back. From the windup, first pitch on the way, misses high and outside, and Ivey easily will sit and take. It was a fun matchup to watch these two go at it. When Ivey was on the bump, Anderson ultimately was able to work a 6-pitch walk. From the windup, next pitch also up and away. Talked back in game number 1 about the youth of this team, and Aiden Anderson is actually one of the crafty veterans on this squad. Just 2 juniors and 2 seniors for this Minneapolis team. Gavin Behringer and Braden Gorel are the 2 seniors. Grant Rice in the DH slot. Actually, correction, 3 juniors. Alejandro Arnold and Aiden Anderson on the bump. Boy, that one, though, comes in and rings Ivey, who will happily take his base. And the leadoff runner is aboard here for the Knights with Noah Hines striding to the dish. Boy, Hines gave headaches to Minneapolis back in game number 1 of this doubleheader. He reached base all 3 times. Once on an error, once on an infield single, once on a standard single. Came in to score all 3 times. The same can be said of Luke Coland, who stands in the on-deck circle. Knights have the tying run aboard. For the first time today, we will see Anderson forced to go to the stretch. And you wonder if that might throw off the cadence of the right-handed hurler as his first pitch misses outside to Hines. Short lead off first for Kason Ivey. And now he will take off and go. Fastball, Arnold, throw down to second, not in time. And a stolen base for Kason Ivey puts the tying run in scoring position here for Sacred Heart. Good stuff for the Knights. Sun's starting to set behind the clouds, at least here at about 4:50. In Salina, the 1-1. Ooh, that comes in and almost gets Hines, so I think would have worn that anywhere else. But, boy, on the helmet, you just don't take that chance. And he will take the ball. The count goes to 2-1. Control was a big problem for Minneapolis in game number 1. So far, that's not been the case in this one as Anderson brings it back in, and the count goes to 2-2. 1 strikeout and 4 batters faced already for Anderson. He'd love to add 1 more here. The 2-2. Again, misses high and inside, and the count worked full here by the Knights' third baseman. Three balls, 2 strikes, still nobody away here in the inning. The payoff pitch That ball struck well to center. White comes in. It's under his glove, and that's going to roll all the way to the fence. They will wave Case and Ivy. He'll come in to score easily. Noah Hines digs for third, and he is in. The throw gets by. Hines gets up. He will stop, though, and hold up at third with an RBI triple. Couldn't see for sure whether or not the ball graced the glove of White out in center. Let's just say it didn't. And Case and Ivy comes in to score the first run of the day as the Knights have tied this up. Luke Coland at the plate now, also reached and scored all 3 times back in the opener of this, and takes the first pitch high for a ball. So a hit batter, an RBI triple, the Knights on the board. Can they find a way to rattle off more? This ball struck well up the gut. That'll do it. An RBI single for Luke Coland, who continues his fantastic day at the plate. And it's a 2-1 lead here for the Knights with Doyle Marshall at the plate. Marshall predominantly used in a pinch runner role back in the first game. He came in to score 3 times, but he also came in as a pinch hitter in the third. He had the 2 RBI double that set up the game-winning 2 RBI double as the Knights went back-to-back to close it out in run rule winning fashion. Pickoff move over to first, nothing doing. Doyle Marshall still standing in, waiting for his first pitch. Long look over to first for Anderson, who's already tried to throw over once, showing bunt, pulling it back. That gets cleanly by Arnold. And advancing, we'll call it on a stolen base, is Luke Coland. Coland, of course, got caught in the pickle between third and home and somehow was able to come in. It's even tougher on turf because you can't wear those traditional cleats where you'd get the traction and really be able to dig in and make that turn, but he managed anyway. As the next pitch, a called strike at the knees, and the count evens at 1-1. Marshall looking to pick out a pitch and drive it. Another runner in scoring position here for the Knights. Pitch on the way. Roped foul. That, kids, is why you don't park in the front row. Always looks tempting. You roll up to the ballpark and you think, oh, all the good parking's right here. It's all empty. It's my lucky day. And then you see one go like that and you go, oh, that's why those are empty. 1-2 to Marshall. And he will pop this up into foul territory. And the catch is secured by Klein. It's 1 away here in the inning for Brady Wells. Tough break there for Marshall, but Wells a chance to deal some more damage. Graham Armstrong, the 9-hole hitter, in the on-deck circle as the Knights are looking to get around the order for the first time in this game. First pitch from Anderson, a breaking ball in for a called strike. Good work to locate that on the outer half. 0-1, misses high. Just putting the ball in play has netted some good stuff for the Knights today. They had a lot of kind of bloop singles into that Bermuda Triangle out in left field back in game number 1, and the wind aiding in that a little bit. Here, another off-speed pitch, and the count goes to 1-2 as Wells cuts through it, and will have to get protective of the plate here. Anderson from the stretch. He started to settle in. And he is going to get a wave. This one, easy work for Helgett. And it's 2 down in the inning for Graham Armstrong. So a pair of infield pop-outs will bring Armstrong to the plate. He stands in from the left side, trying to find a way to get Coland home from second. Nobody holding on Coland, and with the lefty, a big shift there for Pickrell to the right side. There's a lot of real estate for Armstrong between Pickrell and the bag if he can get something up the middle. And with the speed of Coland, you got to think that'll be deep enough to potentially score him if he could find a way to put it in play. Anderson trying to keep the slate as clean as he can after conceding the 2 runs at the top of this inning. Count goes even at a ball and a strike here on Armstrong. From the stretch, Anderson, not worried about the runner, delivers inside, and the count goes to 2-1. Armstrong got a couple of ABs back in the first game of this doubleheader, and they were good ones. He had a single, a double, and 2 RBI, and he might not be done yet. Yeah, that ball poked into right field. That's going to be an RBI single for Graham Armstrong, who has had an RBI hit in all 3 at-bats today, and the Knights lead 3-1. It's good stuff, and it flips the book back to Maddox Wells, who was 0 for 1 with a strikeout in this one, and is just looking for a hit to get himself going. Wells struck out swinging back in the first. First pitch to him here misses outside. So far, Arnold has not cut anybody down at second base. You wonder if they might get aggressive with Armstrong. As this ball momentarily gets away, but only a bit. Short lead for Armstrong off of the first base bag, held on by Behringer. Back in the box is Wells with a 2-0 count. The pitch. Outside again, runner goes, throw to second, not nearly in time. And another stolen base here for Sacred Heart. Puts another runner in scoring position with 2 away. Niradong and Rowe both would like, I'm sure, another at-bat this inning against Anderson if they can find it. And another pitch misses. It's a 4-pitch walk, and that's the one thing that Anderson had not been doing. That is his first walk of this game. His control has been very good, aside from the hit batter in Kason Ivey, who he put on for free to start the inning, and now he will face Niradong with 2 aboard and 2 away. First pitch misses upstairs. Count starts off at 1-0. That is 5 pitches in a row now for Anderson outside the zone. I'd be surprised if Niradong is not approaching this cautiously and just waiting to see if he gets one. And wow, that one's going to come in, and Niradong will wear it. So 2 hit batsmen and a walk will load the bases for Leon Rowe. And if there's one batter you want at the plate right now, if you're Sacred Heart, it's this man. Rowe may have popped out to first to end the first inning, but he has been a terror for opposing pitchers this year, the imposing catcher batting from the right side. First pitch to him, misses high, easy take. And now, if you're Anderson, you've got nowhere to put Leon Rowe. The other problem is that Anderson's pitch count is already up to 51. You wonder how many pitches he is able to throw today. Another that misses outside. Good stop there by Arnold, and that's kind of the last piece of this. But we saw, I believe, 4 of those runs come in on wild pitches or pass balls back in the opener. You can't have that here if you're Minneapolis trying to keep the deficit to just 3 runs. The 2-0 also outside, and the count goes to 3-0 on Leon Rowe. And only 1 strike delivered to the last 3 batters, a walk of Wells. Niradong got hit. And here is Leon Rowe with a 3-0 count. The pitch. Ooh, close. And a called strike will keep the at-bat alive, as Anderson just got that one across. Rowe had a couple of big RBIs back in game number 1. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. And he wanted that one. Will pop it up out to left, coming in and making the catch is Gorel, and that will end the inning. Sacred Heart gets 3 across, but they strand the bases loaded. We'll come back with the third inning of play. It's a 3-1 lead for the Knights here on the Salina Post Sports Network.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
Sage is your go-to source for industrial strength cleaning products, ice melt, floor equipment, paper, asphalt, and just about everything in between. Whether you're a maintenance supervisor, a small business, or just wanting your home to look amazing, stop by 732 North 9th Street in Salina, where we will be happy to assist you. You can also visit us at sageselects.com or call us at 309-1919. Sage Products, the right call every time.
Welcome back in here on the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. Just a reminder, this game is presented in part by Kansas Wesleyan University's MBA program. Learn more by visiting kwu.edu/MBA. It will be the 3, 4, and 5-hole hitters due up for Minneapolis: Braden Gorel, Josh White, and Charlie Klein. Those 3-0 for 3 the first time up. And another inning of work here for Kason Ivy. First pitch swinging, popped up. Coland will settle under it. And it's a quick out number 1 for Ivy, whose pitch count sits at just 38 as we go here to the third inning. And it brings Josh White to the dish. White 0 for 1 with a strikeout in this game. He was officially 0 for 1 with a walk and a fielder's choice. He came in to score one of the 2 runs for Minneapolis in game number 1 of this doubleheader. Right now, trying to set the table with Charlie Klein in the on-deck circle. A big swing and a miss. And will even the count at a ball and a strike. It was good to see Kason Ivy get out of that jam that he pitched himself into back in the second inning. It started out with a pop-out, a single, and a ground out. He had 2 away, 1 aboard, and then hit a batter, walked a batter, walked a batter. But like the Knights, the Lions stranded the bases loaded. Both teams guilty of that in the second. And it's kept this game at a competitive 3-1 after a blowout in the opener. Ivy's 3-1 pitch right on in, and the count full at 3-2. See what he wants to come home with here against the Minneapolis cleanup hitter. The pitch to White is hit hard and foul. And that one might take a one-hopper to the Minneapolis school bus that's parked down the parking lot behind the Sacred Heart dugout. So another 3-2. Ivy looking in for the sign. Here comes the payoff pitch. And he got him. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Josh White down on strikes for the second time, and he has been the strikeout victim both times at the hands of Kason Ivy. Charlie Klein will grab a bat. He popped out to the third baseman his first time up. First pitch to him is in there for a called strike. Good job there for Ivy on the outbreaker. Lefty against lefty, advantage pitcher, and a dribbler back to the mound. Ivy boots it, though, and it's an error that's going to lead to a runner aboard here. Charlie Klein advances on the E1. And Emery Lambden will have a chance to bat here with a runner aboard and 2 away. First error of the doubleheader for Sacred Heart. Lambden today is 1 for 1 with a single. He came in to score the lone run for Minneapolis back in the second inning. And, caught the runner leaning a little bit, but a high pickoff toss. And Klein still safely aboard at first. The Knights 2-0 on the year. Minneapolis still in search of their first win at 0-3. And Lambden pops this ball foul. Back behind the backstop here. The count opens up at 0-1. Gavin Behringer is in the on-deck circle if they can find a way to get this over to him. 0-1 from Ivy. Misses in the dirt. Good stop there by Rowe. Rowe doesn't get enough credit, I don't think, for his defensive work at catcher because he makes everything look so routine, but you just don't see balls get by him very often. Sun peeking back out here. Conditions still relatively warm despite the wind. The 1-1. Misses. Ooh, no. Called strike on the inside half. And the count goes to 1-2. Knights looking for one more good pitch to get themselves out of the third and get their bats back up with a 2-run lead. The 1-2 pitch, runner goes, and it's, well, that'll be just fouled back to Rowe. So Klein will have to turn around and head back to first. You've also got to think throwing down to second, the wind's going to impact that as well. Just something to keep an eye on here. See if Klein stays put or if he takes off again. The 1-2, there goes Klein. It's in there for a called strike 3. That'll wrap up the top half of inning number 3. We go to the home half of the third. Back with more when we return on the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week.
When there is wastewater backing up into your home, time is crucial. Hours are precious to minimize the mess and damage. That is where Salina Septic Service looks out for you with direct access to their dispatch board, so you can schedule the first available appointment. Upload pictures and description of your problem on the Salina Septic Service website and secure your appointment 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Money-saving specials now and information on worry-free service plans when you visit salinasepticservice.com.
Your next visit to the doctor for an upcoming procedure or surgery should start with a conversation about Salina Surgical Hospital. Hi, this is Geraldine Diedrich, and we are truly committed to fostering your health and well-being. From outpatient procedures to inpatient stays, you will feel the difference in our excellent care and compassion. Talk to your doctor about scheduling your next procedure at Salina Surgical Hospital. Your surgical experience is our specialty. Salina Surgical Hospital is partially owned by a group of local, community-involved physicians.
I'm Ryan Arms, your mortgage loan originator at Equity Bank here in Salina, Kansas. I'm a lifelong Salina resident here to tell you our bank can offer you mortgage and refinance options with terms designed for you. Why leave our community when you can choose the bank that never forgets it's your money? With 2 locations in town on Ohio Street and Santa Fe Avenue, there's no better time to apply online, in person, or over the phone. Learn more at equitybank.com, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Close your eyes. Now, imagine yourself cheering from the bleachers at Salina South. Feel the pride of donning the colors of Salina Central. Picture the spirit of being part of the Sacred Heart community or the camaraderie at Southeast of Saline. Envision the thrill of supporting El Saline or Bennington. Visualize the unity in rallying for Minneapolis High. Now, open your eyes and see yourself in team apparel from Messenger Total Promotions. Visit them in person in downtown Salina.
Are you ready to make a meaningful impact? Join our professional healthcare team at Salina Regional Health Center. We're seeking dedicated individuals who are eager to provide exceptional care to our community. Our growing organization offers competitive pay, comprehensive benefits, and opportunities for growth. We are committed to supporting you in your career. If you're ready to join a team that values compassion, teamwork, and outstanding patient care, apply now at srhc.com or reach out to me, Tess Madro, in Human Resources. Great careers start here. Salina Regional Health Center, we take care of you so you can care for others.
Call to the bullpen made here by Minneapolis as they will go from Aiden Anderson to Cohen Pickrell. You got to give Anderson a lot of credit. He only gave up 3 runs to a Sacred Heart Knights lineup that put 17 on Minneapolis in the opener of this series. But now it falls to Pickrell, who is just a freshman. And he will come in and have to toss to the heart of the order for Sacred Heart. Kason Ivy, Noah Hines, and Luke Coland. This part of the lineup reached base and scored the 3 runs that you see on the board here. And the first pitch on offer misses low here from Pickrell. Pickrell's got some nasty off-speed stuff. Watching his warm-ups, a good breaking ball, a slider to mix in there as well. And a fastball, of course, as Ivy, who was hit by a pitch, will watch this miss low. And the thing with Sacred Heart, it's a tough balance to find because you can't get too cute. We've seen Sacred Heart get behind in pitch, or Minneapolis get behind in pitch counts and walk guys, but you also can't be too aggressive in the zone, especially with the off-speed stuff. Although there you see pulling the string. My goodness, Ivy behind that. And a count goes to 2-1. Pickrell, a right-handed pitcher facing off against the lefty Ivy. The 2-1. And gets him again on a low fastball, I believe. That one checking in at 60 miles an hour. So the count goes to 2-2. Ivy got ahead. He's now fallen behind and even the count. And we'll see if he can find a way to complete the battle back. The 2-2. Got him. My goodness. There you see it. Pickrell pulls the string. Ivy is cut down swinging, and a good start for the freshman. As Cohen Pickrell fans the first batter he faces and will now take on Noah Hines, who tripled and brought in a run his first time up back in the second. And what do we have here? Umpire is calling for something. They're going to send Pickrell into the dugout. And this is going to lead to a conversation with Tyler Conrad, the head coach. And they're going to force Pickrell to grab a different glove. I'm not sure why, unless the umpire... I mean, look, these are nasty pitches, but they looked all natural, at least from where I'm sitting. For one reason or another, a new glove is requested, and... Okay, well, Mitchell Benton has... See the pitcher out there, Pickrell, just kind of looking at his glove and, well, shrugs it off. We'll see what happens here. Noah Hines at the plate. First pitch to him, misses low, and the count starts off again at 1-0. Whatever it was, Coach Conrad didn't argue too intently. I think he came out just confused like we were about what was going on. Pickrell, new mid on hand, the 1-0 pitch. And that one misses low again. So just like Case and Ivy starts off behind in the count, at 2-0, will have to find his way back. Two-0 pitch on its way. And a called strike up and in. Even the fastball for Pickrell, everything moves. It's been a lot of fun to watch here early on. 2-1 misses away. And this is what I was talking about before. This is a fearsome lineup, but you don't want to fall behind these guys, and that's exactly what Pickrell has done here. So we'll see if he can find a way to even this up and make something happen. The 3-1 pitch. That ball hit well out to left, but it's on a line, and it hangs up for Gurrell, who makes the catch for out number 2. So a strikeout and a line out brings Luke Coland to the plate. Of course, just a short 20-minute drive between Salina and Minneapolis. Lions will have a short trek home after this, regardless of how it goes down, but they would love to head back with a win, their first of the season in hand. That might have been the best struck ball we've seen today from Hines, but just, like I said, hung up long enough that there was an easy catch to be made there for Gurrell. Pickrell ready to roll here once again. Time called, stepping out, now stepping back in is Luke Coland. And Coland will take it the other way, coming in though and making the catch, but losing his hat is Lambden. And it's another 3-up, 3-down inning. So the Knights still lead, but only by 2. It's 3-1 here for Sacred Heart on the Salina Post Sports Network.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
We spend 1/3 of our lives working to build our wealth. With over 50 years of combined experience, Billings Group wants to be there to help manage yours. If you're planning for retirement or looking for financial coaching, then come see us on Westchester Drive, east of the YMCA, or visit our website at billingsgroup.com. Securities offered by registered representatives through Private Client Services, member FINRA, SIPC. Advisory products and services offered by investment advisory representatives through RFG Advisory, a registered investment advisor. RFG Advisory, Billings Group, and Private Client Services are unaffiliated entities.
3-1 is the score. Sacred Heart still in the lead, but 2-3 up, 3 down innings for Minneapolis. They are hanging around here. They've stranded 5 runners aboard in a game where they've scored just 1. That's been kind of the big problem, and a lot of that credit goes to Kason Ivey, who's back out for another inning of work. 52 pitches so far. His first pitch here is in the dirt to Gavin Beringer. It's the bottom third of the Lions lineup. Beringer, Arnold, and Anderson, your 3-2 up here to lead off the 4th. And that ball hit well, but again, it will hang up. Marshall makes the catch, and just like Lambden will lose his cap in the process, it's 1 down in the inning for Alejandro Arnold. Arnold today has not recorded an official at-bat. He was hit by a pitch back in the 2nd inning and then was stranded at 3rd. Both teams, remember, left the bases loaded. This game could look very different in either direction if any of those runs had come in to score. Ivy rocks back into the windup, delivers home the 2nd pitch, and quickly gets ahead of Alejandro Arnold, 0-2. Pitches to waste now for Ivy if he wants. Boom, got him. 3 pitches. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. And Alejandro Arnold will take a seat. It's the 4th K of the day for Kason Ivey. So pitcher v. pitcher here, at least starters, as Aiden Anderson is back up to bat. He won that battle the first time up, walked in the 2nd. Here, though, we'll take the first pitch for a called strike, and it's Ivy who is out ahead and right back into the windup. Boom, 2 pitches. Ivy working at a really fast pace. I know I mentioned that earlier, but boy, as soon as the batter's in the box, he is into his windup. The 0-2 misses high and away. Easy enough take there for Anderson. Not going to offer it anything that far outside the zone. The 1-2 pitch, also high and tight. Anderson watches it go. Top of the order is looming if they could find a way to flip the book back to Max Helgett, who's reached base in all 4 plate appearances today, but it's a called strike 3. Anderson will take a seat. 5 strikeouts and a quick 3-up, 3-down inning here for the Sacred Heart Knights. We go to the home half of inning number 4 here on the Salina Post Sports Network. It's our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
From raw honey to wax melts to beekeeping tools, boxes, and frames, AJ Honey Farms has it all and more. Be sure to check out their salves. Salves is a powerful blend of nature's best ingredients. Beeswax, crafted with care to soothe and nourish your dry skin, minor cuts, and burns. And for dry lips, try out their Happy Bee Balm. Treat yourself to their locally produced honey items or get a beautifully packaged gift set for a loved one. Stop in to see AJ Honey Farms at 901 North 9th Street. More than just a honey store.
Welcome back in here at Pessinger Family Stadium in Salina, Kansas. Tyler Henry alongside you. Brian Denton handling all of our camera and production duties today. In the bottom third of the night lineup will be due up here. Doyle Marshall, Brady Wells, and Graham Armstrong to face off against the new pitcher in Cohen Pickrell, who, boy, regardless of what glove he was throwing with, looked awfully good. It was a quick 3-up, 3-down inning, a strikeout, and a pair of lineouts to the outfield. So the Knights looking to pick it up. 17 runs on 15 hits in game number 1. 3 runs on just 3 hits through the first 3 innings in the same sample size here in game 2. And it will be Doyle Marshall looking to start the party for the Knights here as he takes his first hacks against Pickrell. A lot of off speed for Pickrell. He's had guys guessing. Marshall chops this down the line, but foul. And it will fall behind to start the count off at 0-1. Of course, last year, Sacred Heart ran the table in the NCAA. They were 10-0 in league play, undisputed league champions. They would love to do that again. They're off to a good start with a win over Beloit and a win here over Minneapolis. The 0-1 is fouled back to the screen. Of course, the NCAA landscape gets a little more interesting year over year. Your mainstays, Sacred Heart, southeast of Salina, Minneapolis, and Ellsworth. Of course, Russell departed the league a few years back. Republic County is leaving the league, and in their stead is a Lions team that's come in to replace them. So they've mixed it up a little bit. Of course, Beloit, the last mainstay member, forgot to mention them, but I mean, that's kind of been the lot, right? Beloit, southeast of Salina, Sacred Heart, Minneapolis, and Ellsworth. Those 5 have anchored this league for a long, long time. The 1-2. Good breaking ball in there, and it freezes Doyle Marshall. That is the second strikeout of the game already for Pickrell, who has set down the first 4 batters that he has faced. He is cruising here early on. Sacred Heart was happy to get into the bullpen, but Pickrell is one of 3 main guys that this Minneapolis team feels like they trust. Aiden Anderson, who started this game, Pickrell, and then, of course, Helgett, who had a bit of a rough outing in the open. Wells trying to get something started here for Sacred Heart. And he gets a pitch that will break outside, and then the return throw is going to roll off the mound. Pickrell will have to run back and pick that up. 3 balls, no strikes to Brady Wells. Big part of the win back in game number 1 with a walk, a single, an RBI, and a run scored. And here we'll watch the first strike of the at-bat as the count goes to 3-1. Graham Armstrong in the on-deck circle, the only other guy guaranteed an at-bat here in this inning. 3-1 pitch, misses up and in, and the first walk of the game issued by Pickrell will put Wells aboard. And here's where things have gotten interesting, I mean, really throughout the day. When guys have had to go to the stretch for the first time, it has not always been comfortable. And you wonder if it will be comfortable for the freshman, Pickrell, here, in one of his first ever appearances at the varsity level. First pitch gets away, runner's going to move up on another wild pitch. Call that a pass ball, actually. Either way, the result is the same. Brady Wells is now in scoring position. Graham Armstrong, who has brought somebody in to score every time he has come to the plate. 2 RBI singles and RBI double between the 2 games of our doubleheader today. He's been swinging a good bat. And here we'll watch a pitch inside after a pitch outside to get ahead in the count at 2-0. Just a reminder, this game presented in part by Kansas Wesleyan University's MBA program. Learn more by visiting kwu.edu/MBA. The 2-0 misses well outside. That looked like a pitch out. And Armstrong will easily let that go. He will settle back in, and I would imagine probably take here on 3-0, as Pickrell's going to have to bring something inside the zone to keep this at-bat going. It's the top of the order due up after this. And another outside pitch, back-to-back walks. And Pickrell looking a lot less comfortable and confident out of that stretch than he did out of the windup, as Armstrong takes his bag and Maddox Wells will stride to the plate. Wells, a walk and a strikeout here in this game so far. Great chance for him to pick up his first hit potentially of this doubleheader. Batting from the right side. Working out of the stretch here. He squares to bunt, gets it down. It's a beauty down the line. Pickrell picks it up, throws to first. It's going to go wide of the first baseman. Barringer couldn't reel it in. 1 run comes in to score. They're going to wave another around as well. And headed for third is Maddox Wells. Wells is going to get to third base on a bunt. And it's 2 more for the Knights, who lead it 5-0 here in the 4th. And that is making a bad situation worse, as 2 more come in to score here. And the inning not over yet, with Leo Niradong at the plate. Niradong swinging at the first pitch he sees, drives it to center, an RBI knock for the shortstop. And it's 6-0 Knights. Good stuff for Sacred Heart. And Leon Rowe coming to the plate next, looking to extend the lead. So far today, Rowe is 0 for 2, at least in this game of the doubleheader. First pitch to him, misses for a ball. A lot of confidence for the freshman early, but you wonder if he's been a little bit shaken now. After giving up 3 quick runs, still just 1 down in the inning, and the heart of the order due up as Rowe takes a huge cut. Stolen base for Niradong. He will take second, and Rowe will have to go back to the drawing board with a 1-1 count. But you just know anytime Rowe gets a hold of one, we've already seen him lace one down the line today. But you got to make sure you don't chase anything, as he'll watch this outside, and the count goes to 2-1. And ever since the back-to-back walks, it's been more pitches outside the zone than in it for Pickrell. Rowe stands in. Next pitch to him, big cut. Comes up empty. Talking earlier about this facility, Pessinger Family Stadium, freshly built over the offseason, was not here a season ago, just a little ways down the road from Matson Field. Of course, a lot of good parts of this field. Beautiful brand new turf, new dugouts, new fencing, great scoreboard out in left. Big scoreboard out in left. As the 2-2 is taken up the middle, this should be relatively routine, but it's bobbled by Helgen, and his throw pulls the first baseman off the bag. So rule that an E6, and it will be Niradong moving up to third. It'll be Rowe at first, and we've got a pinch runner coming in here for Rowe. And this time around, it will be Cruz Carrico, the freshman. So it's Carrico at first, Niradong at third, and Case and Ivy at the plate. First pitch to Ivy. He took a wave and comes up empty. Talking about Pessinger Stadium a moment ago. Of course, I think the favorite part of the stadium, at least for Brian Dennett back on the camera, is the mesh netting. Looks a lot better here on your screen than traditional fencing, which we see at a lot of high schools still. Breaking ball inside, misses, and the count evens at 1-1 on Ivy. Case and Ivy is still the pitcher of record, trying to give himself a little additional run support here. Still only 1 out in the inning, middle infield at double play depth. And a pitch high and away, as Carrico will slide up and take second on a stolen base. And now 2 more in scoring position for the Knights, who are looking to break it wide open here in the 4th. Of course, Noah Hines and Luke Colin still due up next if they can get to him, but a wave for Ivy at a pitch outside will even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Still work to do for the Knights. Looking to close out a league sweep. The 2-2 Misses away, and the count is full. Ivy was hit by a pitch, stole a base, and came in to score back in the second inning. He struck out swinging back in the third, looking to avoid repeating that fate. Matter of fact, he was the first batter who faced Pickerel. The payoff pitch, big swing and a miss, and no, he tipped it foul, got just a piece of it to keep himself alive. Want to thank a few folks for their support of our coverage here. AJ Honey Farms, Salina Septic Service, Commercial Tire Center, Smart Insurance, Vernon Jewelers, and 8-Pack Shears. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 runners in scoring position. The payoff pitch is swung on and taken to center, falling fast. That's going to get down and roll to the fence. Case and Ivy going to drive in 2. Niradong scores. Carrico scores. Ivy's on his horse. He's thinking 3, and he will be in without a throw. It is a bases clearing 2 RBI triple for Case and Ivy, and the Knights take a 9-1 lead. Second triple of the day, by the way, for Sacred Heart. And they have just been wreaking havoc here in this inning. Arnold comes out to have a word with Pickerel. Boy, it started so well for Pickerel. A 3-up, 3-down inning, and then a strikeout of Doyle Marshall. He had put down the first 4 batters he faced. And since then, it has just been a walk and hit parade for Sacred Heart. And Noah Hines, who hit the other triple, is coming to the plate next. And now, well, this is interesting. I'm not sure what the case is being made here, but Coach Conrad came out and talked to the home plate umpire. Now he's out and has a word with the field umpire. And whatever he was wanting, nothing is going to be changed. You wonder if he thought maybe a batter or a runner missed a base or something like that, but we play on with Noah Hines at the dish. So far in this one, Hines, a line out, an RBI triple, and a run scored. It's still just 1 away in the inning. And swings at the first pitch he sees. That is low. It'll be picked up here by Luke Coland, who is in the on-deck circle for Sacred Heart. Knights could put the Lions in a precarious position if they can scratch 2 more across here. But an 0-1 count. Hines is behind, looking to battle his way back. Here is the 0-1. Outside, and the count even at 1-1 to the Knights' third baseman. Hines, I would argue, has had maybe the best day with the bat in his hand for Sacred Heart. You go back to game number 1. 2 singles, reached on an error, scored 3 times. In 5 at-bats, he's reached 4 times, he's scored 4 times, and he's driven in 3 runs. Good block there by Arnold to keep the runner at third. You know, Ivy's thinking about maybe a chance to advance. If you weren't with us for game number 1, there is a solid wood backstop here, no padding. So if it's a fastball that gets by the catcher cleanly, it's going to bounce right back to him, but anything else could still deaden. The 2-1 misses high, and the count goes to 3-1. The other crazy thing for Sacred Heart, they only have 2 hits in this inning. Aside from that, 2 walks and 2 errors. And that's how they've made their hay with a 6 spot in the 4th. That ball roped out to left. It will hang up. The catch is made, and there will not be a throw. A clean sacrifice fly for Noah Hines. And even when he gets out, he's driving in runs for Sacred Heart, who now lead it 10-1 in the 4th. Case and Ivy comes in to score. Luke Coland comes to the plate. And the Knights working on putting the finishing touches on this one, looking for 1 more run. First pitch misses high to Coland. Coland has also had a pretty solid day at the dish, including a single of the RBI variety, a stolen base, and a run scored in the second inning of this game. Here, though, he gets caught chasing a pitch outside, and that'll be a little dribbler foul. So no real harm there course, everybody in attendance today, hoping we get out of here before the weather comes in. Talked about those 25-mile-an-hour wind gusts. That is no joke. We've also had a chance of tornadoes and hail and rain and just about anything else you can imagine. As this ball taken up the middle, Coland gets another base knock. And the Knights have batted around here in the fourth as Doyle Marshall, who started the inning with a strikeout, comes back up to bat once again here in the fourth. It's been a tough break for Marshall. He's 0 for 2 after the big RBI double in the final inning of the first meeting between these two. Pop out and a strikeout for him here in game number 2. Coland. Oh, wow. Well, that's going to hit Marshall. So there you go. He'll take his base. And everybody will move up a station for Brady Wells. Wells today, a walk and a run scored, officially 0 for 1 with a pop-up to the shortstop. 10-1 lead here for the Knights. First pitch, swinging and fouling it back to the screen is Brady Wells. Again, the Knights dominated 17-2 in game number 1 of this doubleheader. It's been a pitching gem for Case and Ivy so far. That ball struck well out to right. Coming in is Lambden, and he will glove it for the third out of the inning. So, new life for Minneapolis. They come back up to bat, not down to their final 3 outs as we go to the 5th here on the Salina Post Sports Network.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
Well, a 7th spot for the Sacred Heart Knights in their half of the 4th. We go to the 5th inning, and Minneapolis not down to their final 3 outs. If Sacred Heart had gotten one more run across, they would have been down to their last hope, but they are able to stay alive by the slimmest of margins, and it's Tristan Hitchens. Tristan Hitchens coming in as the new... And a quick correction going to be made here as it is 9-1, 2 stranded for Sacred Heart. And completely by accident, but it looks like I'm keeping the official scorebook here today at Pessinger Family Stadium. But yeah, quick double check, and it was a 6 spot, not a 7 spot for Sacred Heart. Tristan Hitchens, like I said, the new pitcher in for the Knights. And a first pitch swinging strike. Good stuff there. Hitchens, a senior, coming in for Case and Ivy. Put together a really solid performance today, giving up just the 1 run. This one missing low in the dirt. Count goes to 1-2 here after getting ahead at 2-0. So 4 innings. The book closes on Case and Ivy. We'll try to get you his final line in just a little bit. But that ball struck well down the left field line, but it will hook foul. And Max Helgett will have to come back to the plate. Helgett has been fantastic today. He's come to the plate 4 times. He's reached base all 4 times. And he will lead off the 5th trying to get something going here for his Lions, who have scored just the one run. It came back in the second inning. Checks his swing. They're going to call it strike 3, and Helget is down on strikes. Good start to the outing for Tristan Hitchens. Top of the order to lead off the inning. That means Grant Rice is up. Rice has been very aggressive going after first pitches today. And he will do the same. Comes up empty as pulling the string that time was Hitchens. Second pitch right up the middle, and that will get by Niradong. Grant Rice aboard with a one-out single. And Minneapolis is in business for Braden Gorel, who will stand in now. A ground out, a pop out. He is 0 for 2 so far in this one. Minneapolis has had their chances. They've stranded 5 in the first 4 innings of this game. They've only scratched 1 across. First pitch misses up and in. Here to Braden Gorel. Gorel back in game number 1. Was 0 for 2, so 0 for 4 for the doubleheader. From the 3-hole. Another southpaw pitcher. And another pitch outside the zone as the count goes to 2-0, and the wind's starting to pick up. A little bit more here in Pessinger, still howling out to left field, gusts of up to 25 miles an hour. Long look in for Hitchens. Gorel back in the box and ready to go. Quick pitch in the dirt, nothing doing there. Knocked down by Rowe, but Grant Rice will take second. And a runner in scoring position here for the Lions. The 3-0. Misses. And it's a 4-pitch walk issued to Braden Gorel. And this is what we've seen. I know I brought it up a couple times already, but almost every pitcher that's had to go to the stretch. Granted, I think Hitchens was in the stretch anyway. But as soon as a runner gets on base, we have seen pitchers start to struggle. And Hitchens is going to miss another pitch outside. So all of a sudden it is Hitchens struggling to locate. Trying to get his team a chance to come up and potentially walk this one off in short order. That time right across the plate, brought it back inside. Good work there. This on the ground, right to the hot corner. Hines picks it up, tags the bag, throws to first in time for an inning-ending double play. Good work by Noah Hines. And that will put a stop to the rally as Minneapolis comes up scoreless once again. We go to the home half of inning number 5. It's Sacred Heart looking for 2 more runs to walk this off on the Salina Post Sports Network.
When there is wastewater backing up into your home, time is crucial. Hours are precious to minimize the mess and damage. That is where Salina Septic Service looks out for you with direct access to their dispatch board, so you can schedule the first available appointment. Upload pictures and description of your problem on the Salina Septic Service website and secure your appointment 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Money-saving specials now and information on worry-free service plans when you visit salinasepticservice.com.
Your next visit to the doctor for an upcoming procedure or surgery should start with a conversation about Salina Surgical Hospital. Hi, this is Geraldine Diedrich, and we are truly committed to fostering your health and well-being. From outpatient procedures to inpatient stays, you will feel the difference in our excellent care and compassion. Talk to your doctor about scheduling your next procedure at Salina Surgical Hospital. Your surgical experience is our specialty. Salina Surgical Hospital is partially owned by a group of local, community-involved physicians.
I'm Brian Arms, your mortgage loan originator at Equity Bank here in Salina, Kansas. I'm a lifelong Salina resident here to tell you our bank can offer you mortgage and refinance options with terms designed for you. Why leave our community when you can choose the bank that never forgets it's your money? With 2 locations in town on Ohio Street and Santa Fe Avenue, there's no better time to apply online, in person, or over the phone. Learn more at equitybank.com, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Close your eyes. Now, imagine yourself cheering from the bleachers at Salina South. Feel the pride of donning the colors of Salina Central. Picture the spirit of being part of the Sacred Heart community, or the camaraderie at southeast of Saline. Envision the thrill of supporting El Saline or Bennington. Visualize the unity in rallying for Minneapolis High. Now open your eyes and see yourself in team apparel from Messenger Total Promotions. Visit them in person in downtown Salina.
Are you ready to make a meaningful impact? Join our professional healthcare team at Salina Regional Health Center. We're seeking dedicated individuals who are eager to provide exceptional care to our community. Our growing organization offers competitive pay, comprehensive benefits, and opportunities for growth. We are committed to supporting you in your career. If you're ready to join a team that values compassion, teamwork, and outstanding patient care, apply now at srhc.com or reach out to me, Tess Madro, in Human Resources. Great careers start here. Salina Regional Health Center, we take care of you so you can care for others.
New pitcher coming into the game here for the Minneapolis Lions as we go to the fifth inning. And it will be, make a quick correction here in my book, but it will be Josh White. He will face Graham Armstrong, Maddox Wells, and Leo Nieredong. The book's closed on both Aiden Anderson and Cohen Pickrell. Anderson went 2 innings. He gave up 3 runs, all earned on 3 hits, walked 1, hit 2, and struck out 1. As the first pitch here misses inside to Graham Armstrong. Pickrell went 2 innings. He gave up 6 runs, 3 earned on 3 hits, walked 2, and struck out 2. Which leaves the only other pitcher who had the book closed as Kason Ivey, and he had a phenomenal day. Ivey conceded just 1 run, earned on 2 hits in 4 innings. He walked 3, plunked 1, and struck out 5, and that leads us here to the home half of the 5th. And a big cut for Graham Armstrong, who, boy, has been bringing in runs at a steady pace today. The only time he did not have an RBI in these 2 games was when he walked back in the 4th, and unless he can hit a home run here over that towering right field fence, no chance for an RBI as he looks to set the table. Tempting pitch popped up. This will get over the screen, and the count goes to 2-2. The new pitcher, as I mentioned, is Josh White. It's not big on velocity, but has some good movement to his stuff. This ball is going to be chopped to short. Helget in, picks it up. The throw to first is in time, and he is able to retire Graham Armstrong. That's the first time Armstrong has been retired all day. And it brings up the top of the order in Maddox Wells, who does not have a hit today, but has been finding ways to get on base. In this game, he's reached twice. He is officially 0 for 1 with a strikeout, but he also has a walk, and he reached on an error back in the 4th inning. So good stuff. Take you around on our Bennington State Bank scoreboard. Salina Central softball beats Dodge City and beats them badly, 15-0 the win there. Just a little off to our right, the Kansas Wesleyan baseball team is taking on Sterling. They're tied 7-7 through 4. As this comes in, a called strike to Maddox Wells, and the count goes to 1-1. Game number 1 went the same way for Central softball, a 15-0 victory for the Lady Mustangs. And another pitch that misses inside. Back turned there by Wells, looking for a pitch to drive. That one, not the one he wanted. Let's see what he gets to work with on 2-1. That one stung, but straight to center, and the catch hauled in by White. So it's 2 up, 2 down for Josh White. And it brings Leo Nieredong to the plate. Pair of lineouts, or a lineout and a ground out. See if we can't find some other scores for you on our Bennington State Bank scoreboard. Looks like Salina South actually moved their action today up due to projected weather. As the first pitch here will miss outside. Getting to be that time already. We are into baseball and softball season across the state of Kansas. 1-0 pitch is popped up and out of play. Back to the screen here. And that'll take a soft roll as Niradong stands in. So far today, Niradong is 1 for 2, a fly out. He was hit by a pitch back in the second. Singled, stole a base, and came in to score in the fourth. Knights looking for 2 runs here. They get to a 10-run deficit from here on out. And this game is over. And Niradong, boy, might have wanted to just turn the back and wear that one. It came inside on him. Thought maybe he'd let it go. Only 47 miles an hour. If you're going to get hit by a pitch, that's the one. White on the hill from the stretch. The 2-1. And again, struck well, but back on his horse. That's actually over the head of the center fielder, and that's going to roll all the way to the fence. They will turn the corner here. Niradong will get to third. There is a throw. It's not going to be in time, and he's in with a stand-up triple to bring Leon Rowe to the dish, who represents the game-winning run. Not every day that you see 3 triples in a high school baseball game, but that's what we've had here in game number 2. 9-1 lead. Niradong aboard at third, Leon Rowe at the plate. First pitch to him, taken up the right side. Klein picks it up. His throw, eats up Behringer. It's another error for Minneapolis. And on the E3, a run will come in to score. And now, I'm guessing we'll see the pinch runner come in. Yes, we will. As Carrico going to re-enter to run for Rowe, and he now represents the potential game-winning run that could send everybody home early and happy and get this crowd out of some pretty intense Kansas wind. That was right on the money from Klein. You can't ask him to do much more than that from the hot corner. And Case and Ivy, who's got one of those triples, it was a 2 RBI triple in the fourth, is at the dish. First pitch to Ivy, misses high. Carrico waited a few pitches to take off for second. I would imagine he's not long for first base here either. Already 1 stolen base for him, running for Rowe, who is officially 0-for because he's reached on 2 errors. The 1-0, there goes the runner, and he will be in without a throw. A stolen base for Carrico and the game-winning run in scoring position. That pitch was in the zone, though, so the count goes to 1-1 here on Case and Ivy. The 1-1 from White. Called strike, up and out, and Ivy will have to be cautious. He's already been put down once on a strikeout today. Errors have played a bigger role in this game than they did in the opener for the Minneapolis Lions, who are looking to hang around. The 1-2 pitch is taken up the line. It is a fair ball. There's a race to the bag. Minneapolis will win out. And that will end the 5th inning of play as we go to the 6th, a 10-1 lead for Sacred Heart here on the Salina Post Sports Network.
I've always believed in love stories that last forever. At Vernon Jewelers, we've been crafting these stories for 141 years. Each piece is a chapter in a journey, a testament to timeless romance. Whether it's an engagement ring or a cherished anniversary gift, we create memories that sparkle. Look for that iconic sign and discover our collection and personalized customer service in our 141st year. We're not old, just really good at what we do. Vernon Jewelers in downtown Salina, because love deserves that perfect setting.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
Minneapolis hanging on by a thread here as a foot race to first base keeps them in this game and allows us to go to the 6th inning. They need to find a way to get some runs back here if they want to give themselves a chance to compete all the way. And they did this again to Ellsworth. Remember, they got down 13-3 in that game. They came back not only to force the full length of the game, but they only lost that one by 2. So they've shown their ability to battle back, but it's tough sledding here. Tristan Hitchens back out for another inning of work. He will face the 5, 6, and 1-hole hitters in Charlie Klein, Emery Lambden, and Gavin Beringer. First pitch swung on and missed. Hitchens delivers the 0-1. That's a cross for a called strike, and he is right where he wants to be, up 0-2 in the count. 0-2 offering, hacked at and whiffed. Picked up here by Rowe, throw to first in time, and Charlie Klein strikes out for the first out of the 6th inning. 1 away here for Sacred Heart. Second K of the day for Hitchens brings up Emery Lambden, who is 1 for 2, a strikeout, a single, and the run scored came across as the only run for the Lions so far in this game. First pitch from Hitchens, swung on and missed. That ball in the dirt. Hitchens settles back in here. His next offering is a cross for strike 2. Boy, he is pounding the zone right now. Unafraid to attack Lambden. Lambden's had a pretty solid day, although this time he will chop one up. It's a swinging bunt picked up by Rowe. The turn, the throw in time, and a good put out there. 2 down quickly for Gavin Beringer. Beringer is still looking for his first hit of this doubleheader, as he is officially, between the 2 games, 0 for 3. And, boy, nobody ready in the on-deck circle. Because in the on-deck circle is the catcher, Alejandro Arnold, who will have to take off the catcher's gear and stand out there at the ready. Not even rocking the shin pads. Normally you see the guys take the shin pads out there, but we have seen Tyler Conrad, the head coach for Minneapolis, come out and catch his pitchers until Beringer's ready. And you love seeing that out of a head coach. This pitch misses high. Count goes 2-1. Sacred Heart, again, looking to get themselves up to bat in the 6th and give themselves a chance to wrap this puppy up. 2-1 pitch, fouled away. Even if they don't do it in their half of the 6th inning, no matter how you slice it, Minneapolis is down to their final 4 outs. Hitchens, a 2-2 pitch. Fouled away, staying alive is Beringer, who will get another crack at it here on 2-2. Hitchens exclusively works out of the stretch. The southpaw kicks and fires. Outside, full count. Like I said, if they can get to him, Alejandro Arnold, who is also looking for his first hit of the day, is standing in the on-deck circle. The payoff pitch is shot to second. Coland bobbles, lays down, picks up, bad throw to first, offline. And the E4 is going to allow Beringer to reach, as that one eats Coland up and brings Arnold to the plate. It's one of those, I think if Coland had settled in and just reached down to pick it up, he would have been okay, but you always panic a little bit as an infielder when you see the base runner bearing down the line. And either way, a runner aboard now for Arnold, who is 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch and reached third base back in the 2nd inning. And the first pitch here misses high and inside. And that ball must have that ball got into the dugout. That's why Beringer's standing at second. So it ends up out of play off the throw, and Beringer is aboard as the count goes to 2-0 here on Alejandro Arnold. Aiden Anderson, the starting pitcher today for Game 2, is in the on-deck circle, and the 3-0 count as Hitchens can't locate the zone. It's a good start to the inning, a strikeout and a ground out. But an error, and now a 3-0 pitch, and a 4-pitch walk issued to Alejandro Arnold. So, runners at first and second. And Aiden Anderson at the dish. Anderson was the flex in game number 1, so in this doubleheader, a strikeout and a walk, and I don't think was in the box there. And now Rowe's going to come out and have a word with Hitchens. Boy, Hitchens was ready to rock and roll, but yeah, Anderson wasn't even in the box, and that pitch won't count one way or the other. Been a good day in a lot of facets for Sacred Heart. They're looking to put this away and pick up their first 2-game sweep of the season. First official pitch, runs inside. I know the instinct is to duck out of the way, but in a situation like this, if you're Anderson, that's not a bad pitch to wear on the foot and load the bases with 2 away. 1-0 on the way. That one in the dirt gets by Rowe. First pitch all day that's gotten by Rowe, and Behringer and Arnold will both move up a station. And it will be runners at second and third here with 2 down. Minneapolis looking for a little late offense after scoring just 1 run through the first 5 2/3. 2-0 also misses upstairs. Hitchens has now seen his last 7 pitches, missed the strike zone. Got to get this one across. Pitch on the way, in the dirt. Stopped by Rowe, and another walk. So the bases are loaded, and they're loaded for Max Helgett. We've got a quick meeting on the mound as Dalton Dooley is out to have a word with his pitcher and infield, and I would imagine see if this is just a talk or if we see a pitching change. Like I said, things were really cruising along well for this Sacred Heart squad. They gave up the run in the second, and then since then, they had 2 straight innings with only 1 base runner. Nobody's gotten to third base today since the second until now. And boy, Minneapolis has already strained the bases loaded once today. They would very much like to avoid doing that again. Hitchens stays in the game. It'll be his mess to get out of after he got himself into it. And again, he faces the hottest bat in this lineup in Max Helgett. Helgett 2 for 2 with a pair of singles in the first game. Started out reaching base twice in the second game. A single, a walk, and a strikeout looking. This is his second time facing Hitchens, who misses again to start the count at 1-0. So this is the second time through the order to face the lefty. And another pitch outside the zone. And the balls just keep coming. Two-0 from Hitchens. Down and away. And nowhere to put Max Helgett here. With Grant Rice, the player with arguably the most pop in the bat, standing up, ready to go next. The 3-0. There you go. In the zone. Hitchens brings that across, and the bat will be taken off the shoulder now for Max Helgett. The 3-1. Inside, ball 4, and a run comes home for Minneapolis, who will score a run and have the bases loaded without the aid of a single hit. An error, a walk, and a walk. Behringer in to score. Grant Rice at the plate. Arnold now aboard at third. First pitch in there for a called strike. Anderson moves up to second. It's Helgett at first. Rice, like I said, arguably the most pop in the bat of anyone in this lineup, but he gets under this one. Hines is under it, near the bag, drifts back into the wind and makes the catch. So Minneapolis gets a run back, but with 2 more runs, a chance for Sacred Heart to finish it off when we come back on the Salina Post Sports Network.
We spend 1/3 of our lives working to build our wealth. With over 50 years of combined experience, Billings Group wants to be there to help manage yours. If you're planning for retirement or looking for financial coaching, then come see us on Westchester Drive, east of the YMCA, or visit our website at billingsgroup.com. Securities offered by registered representatives through Private Client Services, member FINRA, SIPC. Advisory products and services offered by investment advisory representatives through RFG Advisory, a registered investment advisor. RFG Advisory, Billings Group, and Private Client Services are unaffiliated entities.
Congratulations, you're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed. Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Hey Salina, come see us at the Kelly Kitchener Agency near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio. We want to be your Salina, Kansas insurance agent.
Welcome back in here to the Equity Bank broadcast booth at Pessinger Family Stadium. Tyler Henry alongside you. It's Brian Dennett handling all of our production and camera duties today, and another chance here for the Sacred Heart Knights to end this one early. Minneapolis, no matter what, is down to their last 3 outs. The Knights are up by 8. They could force the run rule with 10 after 5 here, and they will have a good part of the order due up to do it. Noah Hines, Luke Coland, and Doyle Marshall are your 3 to lead off the inning against the crafty righty in Josh White. A lot of off-speed stuff for White, and he will work from the stretch here, again facing the heart of the Sacred Heart lineup. Hines today, as he takes the first pitch up, is 1 for 3, but 2 RBIs, a triple, and a run scored. It's been a good day at the office for Noah Hines. 1-0 pitch is hit again, up and out to right. Lambden comes in and gloves it, and that is the first out of the inning. It's one of those things, I mean, White does not have much velocity behind these pitches, but they're all upstairs. They all look tasty, and just getting under him right now are the Knights as Coland comes to the plate. I've seen a lot of well-hit balls, but all right to the outfield, and right to the outfielders more importantly. Pitch to Coland. He will chop this on the ground. Good backhanded stop there for Helgett, but that's all he can do. And beating out, well, no throw there. Coland, what am I talking about? He made the throw. Did it behind the umpire there, and that's 2 down as Coland is retired, and Doyle Marshall will come to the plate. No, pinch hitter Tristan Hitchens batting in place of Marshall down in the 7 hole. First pitch to Hitchens, called strike. No. I don't know what I'm talking about. Hitchens trying to get the run he allowed back here. Takes this for a called strike and a count to 1-1. That was a heck of a play by Helgett as the 1-1 is waved at. And Hitchens falls behind 1-2. White trying to get out of the inning unscathed and give his offense one last chance. The 1-2 pitch. Misses high and out. Pitcher on pitcher. The 2-2. Also high. Brady Wells in the on-deck circle. If they can get to him, Armstrong, who's had a good day down in the 9 hole, looming in the hole. Payoff pitch. Misses low. It's a walk issued to Tristan Hitchens. And the Knights are back in business with 2 away, and Brady Wells coming to the plate. Wells up here. Fresh count to work with. Hitchens aboard at first now, and the first pitch misses outside. 4-1. It's been the running theme with every other pitcher. When they've allowed a runner to get on base, things have come uncorked a bit. White did a good job of settling down, though, and getting his last out recorded back in the 6th. Runner goes and will be in. Didn't need to slide, but did anyway. Hitchens expecting the throw, but none came. And another stolen base here for the Knights as the count goes to 2-0 on Brady Wells. Still 2 away in the inning. Pitch to Wells, fouled away. And the first strike of the count comes on a foul ball on a pitch low. White's 2-1 delivery is fouled back towards the Sacred Heart dugout. Just a reminder, fans of Sacred Heart, we will be back in action. We'll have a bit of a break for spring break, but our game of the week resumes on April 14th when Sacred Heart hosts southeast of Salina right here in Salina. We'll have coverage of that for you here on our Salina Post YouTube page. 2-2, hit up in the air out to left. That'll drop. The runner turns the corner and will come to the plate. And an ill-advised throw is going to allow the batter, Brady Wells, to make it to second. So rule it an RBI single and a run scored. And the Knights 1 run away from putting this game to bed with Graham Armstrong at the dish. Armstrong has been fantastic today. He grounded out back in the 5th, but it was the first time that he had been put out at all. And here, wow, swings out of his helmet. Big grin on the face of Armstrong. Go back to the first game of this doubleheader, and Armstrong, a single, a double, 3 RBI. Picked up with an RBI single in the 2nd inning of this game, then walked and came in to score a run in the 4th. 1 more RBI would be the last RBI. The 0-1 pitch is lifted out to right center. It gets down, and that should do it. Armstrong will hold up at first as the game-winning run comes in to score, and the Sacred Heart Knights take game number 2 by a final score of 12-2. Well, it's been a good day for the Knights. They get the wins. In game number 1, it was 17-2. In game number 2, it's 12-2. Sacred Heart sweeps the Lions of Minneapolis. This has been coverage of our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week, presented once again by Kansas Wesleyan University's MBA program. Learn more by visiting kwu.edu/MBA. Once again, we'll be back here in Salina on the 14th when Sacred Heart takes on southeast of Salina. But until then, I've been Tyler Henry, Brian Dennett on camera and production today. Good night, and we'll see you next time for our Salina Post Game of the Week.
This has been a presentation of Eagle Radio Basketball Game of the Week, presented by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.